Hi everyone, Paul ISM. Welcome to Friday Nights live at the bench show. So, back of our normal show, we've got Tim looking at all the latest kit releases. We've got Dan, fingers crossed, looking at all the latest work you've shared on the Facebook page and the forum. And we've got what you've been buying this week as well. You can still enter Dan's section. That sounds really bad. Over on the forum, that stays open. And you can still add to the what you've been buying section as well. That's over on the Live at the Bench page as well. So we've got those. We've got a giveaway to do as well, kind of supplied by Al, which we'll chat about in a second. We've got an interview tonight as well from Jim Clark. Jim's been joining our Hangouts lately, and I think he's going to make a very interesting interview. So Norman's going to be putting Jim through his paces later on. And as always, if you've got any questions or comments, pop them in the chat. If it's a question, put a question mark in front of it. We'll read it as we get to them. And if we do miss it, put it up again, and we'll get to it when we can. So this week we are joined. If I open everyone's screen up, everyone's cameras up, but they are there. We got Dan, we got Al, we got Sharpie, we got Sam, we got Tim, we got Norman, we got me, and we got Jim as well. Have you had a good week?
Yeah.
Excellent week.
Everyone sounds as happy as always. Yep.
Yeah.
So, are you ready to be put through your paces by Norman, Jim?
Let's do it.
Yeah, just like it'd be like a normal hangout without all the swearing and no sex swings. So it'll definitely be more interesting. And obviously Tim's got his section. Fingers crossed, Dan will be doing his as well. Fingers crossed everything will work tonight. It should do.
Oh, well.
We will see. And as I said, we've got a giveaway kindly supplied by our very own Mr. Angry Al McNeish.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a Revel out of his own stash, 48 scale, F14 Tomcat D.
Nice one.
Very kind of Norman, of Al, to supply that. Thank you, mate. All you got to do to win that later on is pop in the chat a number when prompted, and you win it by a random number generator. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Nice and easy. Before we get going, let me ask what I didn't ask last week. What we're all working on tonight?
Mainly reading the chat.
Okay, John's reading the chat. Tim's having a drink. Oh, Tim's getting drunk.
Not getting drunk. It's totally different, you know.
Well, let's have a look at your delightful kit.
You know what? I ran over there to go get a bottle of brandy because I didn't think I had any.
Well, now you got two.
Yeah, really.
It means you can drink more of it.
Gonna be a good night.
So Tim's getting drunk. John's going to read the chat.
Not the plan.
Sam's working on his pickup truck. Apparently, there's a bill going on. I know nothing about.
Not another
There's no
one.
bill going on here.
No truck bill.
No truck bill.
An egg plane as well. Some sort of egg.
No, nothing going on with that.
Nope. For that one.
You're making things up.
I'm going to carry on working on my Volvo. I think.
Oh, my camera's not working then.
Sam, you got your pickup?
I'll try this one.
Ooh,
Cool.
What colour are you doing there?
Well, bright red. The LP. Hold on. LP 50.
Oh, 50. Cool.
Fire truck red.
Yep. Very red.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Well, that's what it's meant to look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Tim? Norman?
I'm working on my good looks.
Okay. Can you not work on something that's actually possible?
Yeah.
I'm going for a lawnmower.
I'm going to be working on my 1/48th Hawk,
You're next somewhere?
but it's
Oh.
PE, so
Excellent.
there may well be one or
What's
two
old
contributions.
David Dickinson working on over there? Bobby Dazzler.
The fire by the looks of it.
I'll just say this: I wish I got a cleaner.
That's
Have a quick waft, Dan.
a hot cup of tea you got there, mate.
No, I wish before. Yeah, we'll gloss over that. I'm working tonight. I am working on my just red.
Oh.
He's painted, and I'm holding him in the crotch, so ignore
That's
that.
not the first time you grabbed a man there.
But yes, I'm going to work on him, or maybe his head, or some appendages.
Oh, you got busy night there, haven't you, Dan? All over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I get a chance, I'll be doing a bit more of my pickup as well.
Don't forget John.
Are you building a pickup, John?
What pickup? Why are you building a pickup, John?
Apparently, there was some group build or something or body build going on.
It must have been started.
But everyone seems to have completely forgotten about it.
I think that were a myth.
Oh my God. I just realised how
No,
brown Sam actually is.
Dan, it definitely hits.
Jeez.
It
He's proper brown, isn't he? Hey, look at that.
Yes, David Dickinson. Look.
Yeah.
Proper brown. That light shining on him, it just hit it all.
That's what you go abroad for, isn't it? To get
Oh, I thought you went to ruin things.
Well, I ruined you also.
You in the room.
Is it not over?
Oh dear.
Ruined the maid. What else did you ruin?
Oh.
A few other things, Kev.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Right, I'm going to read a little bit of chat, and I'm going to pass
Moving
it
on.
to one of you lot. So, let's go back here. Let's have a little start. So, Asbo's there saying good evening, everyone. Keith's there saying evening. Everybody else is dark, breezy, South Wales. I think it's wet and raining here at the minute. It's not good. No, Kev. The next group build isn't egg trucks.
Egg trucks.
You
Gaz Ricketts says good evening, everyone. Brian's there. Brian Whitmill says good evening, everyone. Steve says hello, warm up in Southport, and a good evening to Sprue and Paul and the Sprue crew, rather. And I need to put myself on live chat. Oh, no, it's on live chat.
If I hadn't met Brian, I'd naturally think he's a bit like Brian Blessed. Really
You
shout.
know there at telephone doing news there?
Yeah, I did exactly. I said I've met him, and I know he's definitely not like that.
No. Skullfish there, Jason saying even one and all, have a great show. You too, mate. I don't know if you're having a show, but have a good one either way. Drew wants to Kyle, Mr. Chaos Mother, so good evening, everyone, from Mike in Liechtenstein. Have a good show tonight. 1975 Ginger Ninja says good evening. Just Bob says sup, boys, girls, and sergeants. John House says good evening, everyone. Ryan's there, seeing him with a build, saying hello, boys.
Hello.
John Amendo says happy Friday, everyone. The Papa 093 says hello.
Hello.
John Stone says greetings, bananas. Enjoy the show. Bench fan on. Banana man. Mike Kine says top of the morning, people. Hope you're all good.
Hey, Mike.
Mountaineer Modeler says hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. Grandmaster says happy Friday, one and all. Patrick McGeever says hello, everybody. Clark says good evening, all. Yari says good evening. My last one. Simon says good evening, boys and girls.
Wendy says good evening, all.
Hello, Wendy.
John Aaron says he can hear the murmuring crowd, the sound of munching popcorn, the orchestra warming up, and waiting for the curtains to draw back.
So the murmuring crowd is going to be...
That's just
the murmuring
crowd on his chair.
The murmuring crowd is going to be Trish shouting in the background.
Yes.
The popcorn munchings...
Tim eating.
That'll be me.
No, I suppose it could be Tim eating something.
Yep.
The orchestra murmuring is Sam's bowels.
That's me, yeah.
And the curtain opening. Could be Norman's blind behind it. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ruby agrees.
Yeah, Ruby does.
Matthias Rex says hello, gang.
Hello, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Dragon 64 says evening all.
Hello.
Jeff Kev says hi, good people of Plastic Land.
Hey, Kev.
5760 scale models. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all well.
Someone is feeding back, by the way.
Yeah. Lance says hi, guys. Good evening.
Hello, Lance.
Asbo asks, what international scale modeler is it possible to get a deeper 2 or 3 centimeter storage bin made?
Possibly. Stay tuned.
Challenger scale models. Adam says evening, guys.
Hello, Adam.
Hello, Adam.
Brian says, is everything going to work tonight? I wonder, do good with good laugh.
Good
love.
Good.
Excuse me?
Good.
Yeah, baking powder.
Dave Lloyd says, evening, model citizens. Hope you're all well. John Pole says, hi, styrene junkies.
Junkie.
Hey, John.
Just Bob says he's not entering Dan's anything.
Not again.
Quite right.
Whatever.
Yeah, weight is enough.
Yeah,
Warren General says, hello, hope everyone's had a Google week. This will be my first full show in weeks.
I've been Googling everything all week.
Oh,
Yeah.
Goggle.
Goggle, goggle.
Rob B says, hi everyone. Stuart Bremner says, good evening. Martin Rupker, good evening to all. Jay McGee, hello.
Buongiorno.
K51995. Oh, told us your name last week and I can't remember. Paul?
I think it was Tobias.
Oh, was it Tom? Thomas.
Could be.
Might have been.
Thomas.
I'll find out later. He says, evening, everyone. Hey, Mika says, hi, everyone. Tony Davies, good evening. Malcolm Plum, evening all. Christopher Ball, hi all. Model Kit Beginner, how's it, guys? Have a great show. Hey, Roland.
Hey,
Hello.
Rappies.
Tony Davies saying, nice one, Al. Willie Mac with hi to the A team at the bench. Looking forward to a smashing night. Also, a very good evening to all in the chat.
Must be watching a different feed.
Who's smashing stuff up tonight? I nearly swore then as well.
Oh,
Myself.
Well held there.
knock yourself out, Tim. Go for it.
Ranger Dan's making no sense already. Donkey Shen Yor.
I think it's meant to be Lancashire.
Yeah.
Donkey Shed.
Thank you to.
Donkey Shed, it would have been obvious, but he went Donkey Shen.
Yeah, well,
So,
thank you to Dan.
Butcher Gozo, evening, gents. Willie Steve, evening, Noel. Mike Tynan is saying you need to work a lot harder on your looks, Norman.
Yep.
No.
You need some time off.
Yeah.
Tony's saying, is Sam drinking his sample again?
Mhm.
Yes.
That's one heck of a sample if it is.
Yeah. It's been that all week.
Jason, good evening, gents. Hope
Hey,
you all had
Jason.
a good week.
Thank you.
Hey, there's Claire. Hi, everyone. Hope you're all well. Working on my pickup tonight.
Oh,
Hello, Claire.
There's Brian Ryan. Hi, guys. Happy Friday. There's some weird Ouija. Evening, everybody.
Oh,
Oh,
Tony,
shit.
how's you stressed tonight, Tony? Yeah.
How's the house coat? There's our stunt driving buddy, Andy Callis. Hi, guys.
Yeah.
Hope everyone's having
Yeah.
a great day.
These are nuts. For you.
Did
Yep.
you get the pinch mark out of the seat, Andy?
And prize them out of the car, yeah.
is that terrible? True, he trod all the shit in the carpet.
I was just about to say it's all the brown stuff that's been mashed in.
Brian Moran saying that's fake tan, Dan.
Fake that. Yeah.
He's a real Bobby Dazzler.
Fake Dan.
The
Yeah.
mahogany magician.
You know.
Ricky Paul Carton says, evening, master modelers and Friar Tim.
Who said that?
Flyer too.
Ricky Paul Carson. Friar Tim.
Okay.
I reckon he'd look good in a monk's habit, Tim.
He looks.
Told you
Oh,
shouldn't
I
be.
nearly swore then. I nearly said he looks all right. I nearly said he looks all right. See you next Tuesday at a fez. You need to find that for Telford, Tim.
Yeah, it looks an absolute warwick.
Oh, man, I think I did find it. Yes, I did find it. It's in the cabinet down there.
Superb.
Cool.
Ryan Dan's asking Claire which pickup. Stu McGuire saying hi all. Tony Davey asking Claire to be more specific.
I've
It's a
got the-
Hilux. Steve's hoping to join in with some pickup truck build as well.
I wouldn't do it.
Nah.
Pick up build.
It's another
Allegedly.
fictitious build.
Mark Coon says, good evening. I finally move into my new house next week. Yay.
Hey.
mate.
Well done.
Congrats.
John's available for decorating, just saying.
No, I'm actually thinking for decorating.
He's great at sex dungeon, hanging sex rings up.
Yeah.
He knows all the. He knows all the. He
I
knows
know
all
where
the.
your joists are.
He knows all the correct anchor points for the swing, and where to hang it on the wall.
He's still playing a twist.
This is gonna be one of those shows tonight.
I
Isn't it?
I think so. I think so.
I think I need to shut up.
Andy's saying, don't taunt him, Brian. He'll show us his bikini lines.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw it.
I don't think Dan does bikini line.
No.
If you've got any pictures that she could share over.
I've still got that one
Yeah.
from last time.
Yeah, Paul's got one.
Yeah, the one that got taken down within seconds. I managed to screenshot it.
Yeah.
I think we've all got that one.
Yeah, for posterity.
Hang on.
No, I didn't save it.
You're starting to alarm me with that.
Yeah, I was about to say I didn't save that one.
But I have just for posterity.
It's my screensaver, Tim. I'll send you it.
Okay, thank you.
You see screen stainer?
No.
It's screen stainer. That's what he said.
You don't want that burnt in on your screen. Gaz Wilcox saying good evening to you all. Love him. So he changed his name again. More drinking, please.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, certainly. Sorry.
Hi, Jam.
Kev saying it was either very sunny where he was or Dan is Dale Winton's love child.
Now, can I just say for reference that there's a name coming up that Dan, you can't laugh at it. All right.
Okay. Sergeant Bones. Hey, Bill. Forgot it was Friday. How do everybody and Bob?
How do?
David Mazzola. Hello from Florida.
Hey, Dave. How's it going?
See, I'm looking for this name so I don't laugh. John Paul going to a model show this Saturday, trying to get his son to enter so he could enter as well. Martin, Martin Victoria. All right, it's Martin from Berlin. No, I'm not going near that joke. Mark Ewing, evening, guys. Evening, everyone.
I'm back.
Stu Scale Models, evening all, having an even at the bench while watching you guys.
It's you.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
You'll improve soon, don't worry.
Yeah,
You'll
we'll
go over it.
hopefully get better for the night.
There's Dennis, hello all. Ron Alcock, good evening all, great broadcast.
Hey, Ron.
Hello, Ron. Welcome to our broadcast. We're very immature and we laugh at things. I knew he'd laugh.
It's done.
Dan's 12-year-old has escaped and fingernails have all gone blue.
Welcome to the show. Ron, let us know where you're from and what you like to model as well. Ron. He's looking at Tamiya Motorcycles for his first pro. We'll chat in a bit when John gets to it, Ron.
Yeah, Dan, can you put your left hand back in the picture? Oh, you're wearing a glove. I thought you just spray painted the end of your hands blue.
I thought you'd had your hand down the bottom of a portal.
I used to wear overalls at work, and I used to keep my phone in my top pocket. And when you're climbing out your overalls, they like fall down your back. Tim will probably know. And everything that's in your pocket ends up where you're just about to sit.
Tim's never wore overalls in his life.
And I was just about to sit down as I heard a plop. So I dived in with a bare naked hand, and it come out looking similar to that.
Oh, very nice.
I got asked once by someone who came along and was going to try and tidy up our workshop and make it better. And he's like, "You're going to have to wear overalls." I was like, "That's like
No.
that is never going to happen."
No.
The only time I had to wear overalls is when I run Calendar News, and it weren't for the things that you're thinking of. Just
Picture it down in a pair of tights in the bank.
Yeah.
Have you seen this man, Bank Robber Dan?
we were just about to start a big project, and Calendar turned up with a news crew and whatnot. And we all had to look professional, let's say.
Oh my God, did you manage?
Only just. And then I'll kid you not, they made us all dress up, high vis, hard hats, goggles, this, that. So then they filmed us from other end of the street. So we were like ants. You might as well have filmed us with Hubble telescope from outer space.
Yeah.
Right, we got Hannah in the chat saying evening all. Hey, Hannah.
Hey, Anna.
Paul saying Ron saying he's a complete beginner and newbie and he can't wait to get started.
You'll do wrong. You do wrong.
Ron,
you do wrong.
Models out there. And what Ron has Paul again says, looking at a Tamiya motorcycle for his first project.
Right, any thoughts? If you want to do a road bike, get the Panigale, the Ducati 1199. If you want to do a race bike, look at the ZXRR. Because they're both newer kits, both got decent decals, still available in case you mess up a decal or a sprue or whatever. And they both build up great. I've built both of them. They're very easy. There's loads of detail upsets out there for them. Aftermarket fork sets, and in my opinion, they're the perfect one to start with. So that's the Ducati 1199 Panigale. There's 3 versions of it. 2 versions of it.
2, yeah.
2 with an aftermarket set. And there's 1 version of the Kawasaki ZXRR. And we sell
Who are they made by, Paul?
Who
are they made by?
Tamiya. And we sell them at umpretail.com, which is linked in the description down below.
Andy Callis saying there's 120 watching, only 10 thumbs up. Come on, peeps, hit the likes.
Come on.
And something I did find out is once you get to 50 likes on a live stream, then YouTube starts promoting it. So if we at least get to 50 likes, and then they'll start putting it onto the promotion, we might get new people join.
There's some Stoke-on-Trent, Ron as well. Oh, Ron.
Well done, Ron.
Good, proper Northerner.
Ron.
Proper Northerner.
Hannah says, oh, how I've missed Dan's giggling. Christopher Ball says, how do I highlight panel lines on a black surface?
Use a black panel liner.
Did you say his name was Christmas Ball?
Christopher Ball.
Oh, Christopher Ball, sorry.
General rule is don't paint it black. Paint it a very, very dark grey or very, very dark blue, and then use a black to do the panel lines, is what I've done.
Or you can go the other way and use a grey panel liner, but it's a bit more of a high contrast.
Yeah, it stands out a bit more, but yeah.
Depends what you're going for, what the subject is, and what you're trying to pertain. If you know it's the right word.
Good word. I'd like to use that in a sentence.
Well, then you can pertain it.
Oh, I'll pertain it all night.
It's definitely pertainable.
Pertains to the pertinence.
All right, John, don't ruin it.
Rancher Dan, for some reason, enjoys baby overalls.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that one.
Mark Evans says, evening all. And says, always empty your bib pockets before you drop your drawers. Standard overall etiquette.
Or wear grown men's pants.
Just wear trousers like normal people.
Yeah.
Yep. Chunk, Southwest Modeler. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday.
Chunk.
Hello, Chunk.
Strafe. Yeah.
July. Gravy is asking, Dan, are you wearing a onesie?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. Well, I'm wearing a onesie, yes, a brown onesie. I look like a big cuddly bear. Wow.
Bears are hairy, Dan.
I'm big.
Quickly move along.
Like a well-tanned Valentino Rossi.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jason's asking Dan with his see-through overalls like Bruce Willis in 12 Monkeys.
No.
You know what? I've got enough front to wear see-through overalls. Just saying.
He would.
And I wouldn't give a monkeys. The places I've been on holiday and done, yeah.
You'd wear the Iggy Pop transparent trousers for sure, wouldn't you?
Well, I'm hoping to order some in time for Telford.
Hang on, what's going on?
Dan's being perverse again.
Okay, carry on.
Ron says he is looking at the Ducati.
Yeah, that's a nice build. I built it a while back, and you can do it in a few different versions. There's a Senna version and the. So I was reading the comments like squirrel. Just a complete silence. Mid sentence, just stop. Squirrel. Yeah. Right, what's talking about now?
So as Kay's confirmed, it is Tom. He's the one who's working on the 1144th Messerschmitt P1101 kits.
I remember Dom. There's Ant in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, Ant.
As Ant says, never forget the pic of Dan naked on the beach. Philip Kelly says, evening all. Justin Hart says, greeting folks. So Justin. What have we got? Ant. Hi, Ant.
Yeah.
Mad 555 Max. New workbenches set up. Gone are the days of working out of shoeboxes on the kitchen table.
My God, you must be little to get the shoebox.
Great.
Must be.
Excuse me, that'd be fine.
Not young.
Yeah, I thought Al is in a shoebox.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Ron, just a bit worried about the painting and airbrushing bit.
Don't worry about
Right,
that.
well,
Don't worry about it.
Ron, on this channel you're on now, I've got a motorbike build that's currently ongoing that might help you a bit.
Did you do one for? Was it the cat you did one for?
No.
It's something else, I think, wasn't it?
I've never done a bike one before.
Yeah.
The first one. Yeah, Ron, if you go through the channel and build in one of Tamiya's Honda RC211s, might help you a lot, probably. And there's car builds on there. There's a Subaru Technique build run through all the painting of that and metalwork.
Was there a Kraz build going about for?
No.
My mistake.
No, you're imagining things again.
And there wasn't an advanced aircraft modelling.
Well, technically, would a class be a pickup?
We couldn't find any really good models to do it.
No. Yeah, there was none of that. Nor a poacher Lambo build.
I remember.
Ron's asking for suggestions on an airbrush and compressor. I watch are good, Ron. They are good, but they're not cheap. It's a blatant plug, but have a look at Ultimate Apex. Again, it's on that site in the description.
Well, I'm just using one right now, and it's my workhorse. I have an Iwata at side of me, and that used to be my workhorse, and I haven't touched that for ages. I have a H&S Evo 2-in-1, and I haven't touched that for over a year. This, with its progressive needle, is perfect. Obviously, I need to get the smaller needle when I get to Telford.
Oh, yeah.
But I do a lot of busts and
Me too.
I've ruined a few.
I've ruined a few, and this and that sort of scale and whatnot, and I do fine work and hose things down. I've just literally hosed that down with aqua gloss, hit it with air dryer just to flash it off, and that's perfect for what I need now. And it's all done through the Apex. Everything is
Just a heads up, Ron. I'm one of the owners of ISM. Me over here down the bottom, or wherever I am on screen. Where am I? Oh, top of the middle. I am. So I'm one of the owners of ISM, and I own part-owned Ultimate Modelling Products as well. And yes, we're at Telford, Ron. Our Ultimate Modelling Product stands in Hall 1, but just past halfway down on the left-hand side. So come on over, and like I said, there's a link to our website in the description down below. And we've got our own airbrush, our own product sanders, thinners, cleaners, and we sell loads of kits, all sorts of stuff, mate.
If you're on a budget, go for obviously an Apex, but for the compressor, if you can only afford a cheap one, go for the AS186.
Yeah.
Or if you can afford a bit more, go for the Sparmax 610.
Yeah.
Yep. Cracking compressor.
Solid device off, Dan.
Yep.
So I still use an AS186.
Well, I'm still on an AS186 right up until I go into my new cave, and then I shall be bench van and a Sparmax.
Solid.
Yep. I have both. The Sparmax is cracking compressor.
Yeah. Ron, if you watch my videos, which I've got loads of build car and bike build videos on this channel. I used to own Iwatas, Harders, the lot. I've only got Apexes now. It's all I use.
Yep.
Yes, Dan, the secret's out. It's not in July, Telford. It's in November.
Oh, sorry. It's not.
So, I mean, I'll say my AS186 is 5.5, 6 years old now.
Well, this one that I'm using is 2-year-old, and it's definitely on its way out. But to be fair, I can be painting for 3 hours on the same subject.
Yeah.
I mean, Thanos that I did a couple of weeks back, that was just, it used the full thing of UMP primer pretty much. And that made my compressor very, very warm and scary.
Yeah. So I built a lot of models in my time, so mine gets a fair bit of abuse.
But they're a solid workhorse, and if you drop lucky on one, that can run for years and years and years.
Mine has it.
You get one of the weeks.
Yes, or you get one that's got a dodgy regulator and you have to complain to them, but there's nobody to complain to because they're overseas, and it's easier then if you have got a dodgy regulator to spend about £9 on a new one, which I had to do for this one.
Yes, Ron. Yes, Ron. We got a full stall of Telford, buddy.
Yes.
Yeah, hall one, about halfway down the left-hand side. Look for the ultimate modelling flags. You'll see us.
All the buffoons stood around it.
Yeah, look for the handsome guy sat down.
Yeah, look for
I was going to say, are we getting Al a chair then?
Yep. Take him own chair.
Or are you going to have like your own stage with a chair on it so you're eyeball high?
Brian, Brian, what you should do with your free stuff, Malcolm's there for Models for Heroes.
Oh, yes.
Anything you can bring down, give it to Malcolm.
Yeah, Malcolm.
That's the best place to donate to, mate. You said you had loads of stuff. He's in the main foyer normally. He'll gratefully accept any donations you've got, mate.
Roger Dan says he needs to book a flight to England. Then can we recommend good lodgings? And does Al have a spare bedroom?
Yeah, you can have his side of the bed while he's down in Telford with us.
Pretty much. I'll ask the wife.
Yeah.
Don't ask.
But just a small point, Dan. Scotland is about 8 hours drive away from England.
Yeah.
Or Telford.
And you need a visa to get in there.
And that's not 8 hours like driving across the States.
No,
that's 8 hours down hard roads and
true that. But feel free.
Yeah.
Well, about 6 hours.
If not, Tim's always got room.
Yeah, Tim's got a lovely spare bed.
Tim's put loads of travellers. Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just put a tarpaulin over the balcony, Tim. That'd be all right.
Ron, we don't have those, mate, but you'll be able to get one at Telford more than likely. Spray boots, the foldaway ones.
Yeah, Dave Lloyd spent 5 hours in a waiting room in Telford Hospital a couple of weeks ago, waiting for an operation that never happened.
Oh, no.
Nightmare.
Stop playing, you ridiculous thing. Sorry.
Timmy wanted to swear, man.
Nearly.
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 More brandy, Tim. More brandy.
Mark Strullendor, hello from the colonies.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, down that couch ain't strong enough, mate.
Yeah, we do have our furniture in the UK is actually rated.
X-rated.
Well,
There you go, Brian Windmill.
or load rated.
Brian Windmill's got 2 spare beds for you, Dan, and he'll spoon you.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
And you like to look at the sofa behind you, Tim?
He might like it, yeah.
There's probably more chance of me being allowed to sleep on that sofa.
Oh, and Ron, bring cash is king at Telford, Ron.
Oh, yeah.
100%. The cards, not everywhere takes them for a start. So if you can get cash, mate, it's much better for you at Telford.
Yeah.
There is a cash machine in Telford, but don't expect it to have cash in.
No, by 9:30 that morning, that's got.
Yeah.
What you can do, and a lot of people do accept it, even if they don't have a card machine, they do accept PayPal.
Yes.
Okay, so you can say to them, right, if you haven't got cash, do you take PayPal? Because then you go on your phone, they put in their email, press send.
The thing is with that, though, you've got to have a good reception in there, and sometimes the reception, depending on where you are in Telford, is a bit hit and miss.
Safest thing to do is take cash.
Yes.
It really is. Everywhere takes it. You
Just
can
take a big pocket full, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, definitely take cash.
Blow it straight up first 3 stands as you walk through the door, and then you golden.
And an ideal place for the Jock Money Challenge.
Yeah.
See if you can come home with more than you went with.
Yeah. See if we'll actually take it. Yeah.
No, Dan, our furniture used to all be made out of fine English oak, but then we realised we could get more money for it by sending it to America. Kev says they even accept Scottish money better than plastic.
Yeah.
All those stands will prefer cash.
Yeah. Do we accept American dollars? No, not legal tender.
Not. I was going to say not unless you play Monopoly.
You better,
No, it's okay.
You better
Wait a minute.
I'll exchange it for you. Don't worry.
We're going to talk Monopoly money. Monopoly money is in multicolors, like what you guys have. We have just one color, so you guys have the Monopoly.
Yeah, one color, one size. Really confusing when you have a few beers.
Plastic.
Jim's triggered already.
Oh, hang on. I've got a nibble. I'll just reel him in.
Before we know, he's going to get his door in by the FBI. Checking
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Mike says yes, Dan, but Japanese yen are preferred.
What was that, Molly?
And they still barter for goats.
Yeah. Just quickly, obviously, we got Jim's interview tonight. Jim, have you got to leave at any point like you normally do?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Yeah, but you know what? My mom, my wife. My wife, she's gonna go get the boy today.
Oh, okay, mate.
All right.
Well, we'll get the end of these questions, and then
His mum says he can stop out and play.
He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
Oh dear. One of those nights.
It looks like Ranch Dan was silly enough to invest in Bitcoin, so he wants to pay with that as well.
Uh-oh.
No.
Oh.
Yes, Ron, that's it. UMPVTL.com. The Merseyside in the UK, but we don't have a shop and we don't do physical pickup, unfortunately, buddy. We're on online only, but like I said,
we haven't got to pick up it. He's got a car.
Go off you.
There's no truck.
Definitely no trucks. But no, we've got good next day delivery. And like I say, we will be at Telford as well, buddy. And make sure, Ron, go and just burp.
No.
Oh,
Wasn't me.
that sounds like Tim.
It's my lips.
Were you yawning, were you?
No.
That was one of those special yawn burps.
Ron, make sure you go and join ISM Facebook as well, because that is a whole wealth of information over there.
Yeah.
Links in the description as well, buddy.
Yeah, I'll say I think pretty much all the admin are here, so we'll see it come up and we'll add it straight away.
Well, Bob,
And the forum.
Lee doesn't do anything anyway.
But yeah, well.
I don't think I've ever seen Lee add anybody or
Yeah, he does occasionally.
does he?
Yeah, normally spammers. No, he does. Yeah, I'm not vlogging from Telford. Too busy talking to people.
Can't you do a driving video of you driving all the way there with Lee?
Oh, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
No.
Warwick,
Is Warwick going to be in the van with Lee?
I will do some videos in there this year. I've been saying every year I will, and I will this year.
That'd be quite a good idea, actually, Tim. Warwick and Lee road trip.
Oh,
I told you before, boys. I ain't wearing that wig in public. I'll do it on camera in here for a laugh.
No, stick the wig on Lee.
No. I'm about to say maybe Warwick's got a Spanish cousin that might have come over.
That'd be quite a good idea.
I don't even know if Lee's seen Warwick yet. I don't think he watches the videos.
Oh.
Well, he can. We'll get him to wear it, and then we can get him speaking Spanish. He likes doing that.
There you go.
He likes to think he's confusing us, but to me, no. Move along. Quickly.
Not swearing.
Quickly. It's not swearing, but it's probably worse. But
Move along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As Dave says, some places in Telford do accept livestock as currency.
You can pay with potatoes or groats.
Yeah, it's called a burger.
Dave says, yep, feels like a cattle market.
Just smellier.
Write you down saying maybe on your lunch break, Hannah can walk around and show off the booze.
Hannah doesn't go.
After what?
And there's.
I know. I thought that for a second.
Hang on, I'll just check this.
And I got lunch break.
Yeah.
Does that mean hurriedly eating a sandwich before we get swamped again?
Yeah, it's quiet for 5 minutes.
No, what that lunch break actually means, Paul, is while you've got a gob full of sandwich, 4 people are going to come up and ask you questions.
They always do, don't they, Tim?
Yeah.
All right. We'll get around and gone out of eating the cake, one or the other. Cake, Tim. Oh, I ate it.
Yeah, we should maybe have a Paul's Grotto, you know. He sits in there and
Oh, wow.
give out cloakroom tickets, and you get 5 minutes to sit on his knee or
Would that make
something.
you my Al? Would that make you my little elf?
That's what I
Yeah.
was going to say, Al. You forgot about that bit.
Oh, no.
You have to sit on Paul's knee.
Oh,
Oh.
Good luck.
yeah, I'm up
It's
for
okay.
that.
Need the
I'm
ladder.
taking my steps, too. It's okay.
That's not my candy cane, little boy.
It's desperate.
It's definitely gonna be one of those nights, isn't it?
Oh, dear. Too much.
Yeah, Dan says, like the breaks I take every once in a while at work.
Yeah, what you mean? The 4 hours you come in and Google stuff of us after you've watched
Taking
after you've watched Star Wars?
a break means you start work, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as Hannah says, Hannah does not go to Telford. It's Hannah's weekend off.
Whee!
Alex BB says his wife won't go to Telford again. Says it stinks of stale biscuits and pee like an old folks' home.
Oh.
I'm not smell anything, but I would. Yeah, that's kind of what I'd think. Kev says Hannah will be partying like it's 1999.
Oh, dear me.
Rich Blondin is there, Uncle Bulgaria.
Hey.
Rich.
And Tommy Mayer is there. Morning, guys, from sunny SoCal.
Wow, hello, Tommy. I've not seen you for a long time, Tommy.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Station for Kim's. I keep really getting that wrong. Tim's bit is, you'll probably buy something.
Yeah.
And Charles stand out saying Paul's Grottle, that could go so wrong.
Oh.
Not good.
See.
If you go right.
You don't want to see Paul's cry.
Scary thought.
Yeah. Oh, God.
He's away.
Oh,
You're not having bad thoughts about grottos, are you, Tim?
just no.
You're having flashbacks to your childhood.
Oh, no, I don't want to see that again.
Why did you get on the candy
As
cane?
well, Tim.
Right?
Did you go to band camp as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got banned from camp.
Look at trumpets up his hooter.
Marvin Le Marchand says, hello, guys from
Oh,
France.
John, you had to add the accent, didn't you? Couldn't say Martian.
Well, try and be at least a little.
Tim, take over for a bit, will you?
Oh, I'm not the chat, sorry.
Tim needs to read a bit. He gets stuff wrong.
I don't even know where you are at the moment with it.
Just scroll to the bottom.
Right at the bottom.
Perfect.
Look for Marvin the Martian and you're there.
Hang on, I'm way away. Hang on a second. God.
Tim, there's like 3 to read.
Oh, wait, I've got to open the window. I was a bit busy doing other stuff, you see.
No, it's okay, Dan. We can vlog ourselves, thanks. You stay over stateside. We're fine, thanks.
There'll be plenty of people putting videos up.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of weird people doing videos.
Hopefully we get a pan past and a wave.
Yeah, oh, let's hope so. You'll see me doing a special wave if you do.
We need to have some special fanfare music.
And Andy's saying, cheers, lads, greeting from Finland.
Oh,
hello.
And Ranch Dan, maybe one year after I get my hips fixed, I'll come to Telford and vlog you for you.
I think you should just stay at home, relax.
Yeah. Get those
Plus,
sorted.
those hips don't lie.
Yeah.
And, good evening from Martin.
Hey, Martin.
Hey,
Martin. Right, should we do we dive straight into the interview? You happy with that, Jim?
Dive.
You happy with me?
Yeah, no problems.
I'm happy with that.
I'll mute this.
So Jim's been joining our hangout now for what, about a month, Jim?
Yeah, about that, roughly.
He's an ex-stripper. And, sorry, he's still currently employed as a stripper. My fault. No, he's not. He's an ex-firefighter. He's a nice guy. Don't know what he's doing with us lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been hopefully enjoying himself in the hangouts, getting moaned at by me about noise.
We finally got it figured out.
We did.
Yeah, we sorted it.
And it's quiet.
Yeah, so I was reading something again.
Squirrels.
No.
Norman's going to run him through his paces.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Hold on to you.
All right, Jim.
So Norman's got a load of questions to ask. When he's done, he'll open up to us. If you've got any questions in the chat you want to ask Jim, probably best to start listening to Jim before you start asking like what your favorite color is. Try and keep them, pretty normal questions, like not what's his favorite cat or random stuff like that. And
Listen.
who wants to make a note of them?
Oh,
Yeah, right.
go on. Crack on, John.
Go on, John. There you go. Over to you, Norman. I'm going to put the camera on Jim, full screen.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Go up, Jim.
Sit up. All right. Where are you on the night of?
Are you ready? Are you relaxed, my friend?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm fine, thanks.
relaxed interview. This sort of one. It's not
Been
a real.
all right. Could be a bit more relaxed. I could do a massage.
It's a relaxed interview. Did you kill her?
Yeah, I like this story.
Like that.
Okay, mate.
Get a juicy start.
Modeling. What first got you interested, and at what age did you find that interest?
Way back. Going in this, I mean, I was really young, maybe third grade, so 7, 8 years old, something like that. I remember going to the model section, and the box art of the kits is what drew my eye. And I remember a Rebel 32nd scale P40 with the big flying tiger marking on it. And I was bugging my mom. Come on, can I get this? Can I get this? No, you don't know how to do that. Finally, she relented, and I got the kit. And of course, I needed help. Dad wasn't too much of a help, so a neighbor of ours was an artist, so he put it together and didn't paint it, and then put the decals on, and it hung in my room. I didn't get much out of that. I didn't get to build it. So then a few years later, got a little bit older, saved up my own money, started buying them, started muddling through, and I bought I remember it was a 72nd scale monogram P61, and what color? It's black. I don't like black, so I went and bought this little bottle of Tester sapphire blue metallic paint, brushed it on. Then I got the decals, was reading the instructions and put them in water. And so that's too complicated. So I cut them out the paper and glued them on. And I had that thing for years. And I kind of wish I still had it because that's where it all started.
Did you have glue prints on the canopy and all that?
Okay, so this English to American thing, it's
blue fingerprints on the clear canopy. Oh, sorry. Did you have glue prints on the canopy?
Oh, I'm sure I did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Have you modeled constantly, or did you take a break from it?
You know what? Pretty much. I mean, there was a slow period of a few years, last few years of high school, first years of college and work. I still muddled around with it, but I've always been involved in it. I mean, I can't really say that I've ever really stopped and then started again.
What do you like about this hobby? What is it? Do you find it relaxing? Is it time consuming, or is it just something you're thoroughly?
More than anything, I don't find it relaxing. I find it addicting. I've always had a fascination with small things, with things in miniature.
No, girls.
For Dan, so there you go. Take the swing, Dan. But no, I mean, if it's just that big and it just looks like the real thing shrunk down to that size, I just, for whatever thing in my brain, just really intrigues me about that. And it's like, I want that. I want to do that. So that's ultimately my goal and maybe why I do this. Besides having a love of aviation and things like that, because that's my main genre of planes.
Have you built other types of kits, like the cars, ships, stuff like that? And what did you find drew you to what you actually do now?
Besides the miniature aspect, the lines of whatever I'm building. So whatever aircraft I'm building or whatever that's in my collection. So I don't build just to build or build aircraft. If it's a specific, not so much genre, but if it's the lines of the aircraft, the lines of a car, so I'm gradually getting into cars. I've got maybe a handful of armor. Just if it takes my eye, I'll get it and build it. Except for figures, I can't. I do have a few. I'd love to learn how to paint figures, but I'd need 40 years, and I don't think I have 40 years to develop the type of talent that it takes to do a figure properly, at least in my eye.
So you've popped off to like a model show or the model shop. What would draw you to a particular kit? Is it the type of aircraft, the box art, or something you've always had an inkling to build?
Probably the latter. I've always had an inkling to build. I'm always scouring the web. It's not that I'm looking for anything new, but like we all keep our ears to the interwebs of, hey, somebody's coming out with this. If it's something that I might be interested in, then yeah, I'll be all over it, waiting for it to come. The Airfix Mark 14 and their Sea Fury, I was really looking forward to those, because those have needed to be redone forever. So I was anxious for those to come out. But not everything new that comes out, takes my eye either. So it's just, if it's a certain subject that takes my eye, then yeah, I'll probably be all about it.
I suppose we've all been there at some stage or other, but have you bought a kit and it's not lived up to anywhere near expectations? You've opened the box and gone, oh no.
Offhand, I can't really think of one. I don't know if it's because I am now I might get halfway through a build.
Yes.
Think, oh, holy cow! What was I thinking? Because of all the problems that are presented. But no, I try to do some research, let some reviews come out. Although, if I'm really after it and it's the only game out there in town, then I'll go ahead and I'll put up with the warts and the problems that might be issued, that come with, or the issues that come with building that particular kit. It just put the nose of the grindstone and muddle on through it. But to answer your question fairly, I really don't know until I get about halfway through something that I'm maybe having second thoughts.
Yeah, because we know you're not put off by tackling difficult stuff as the A6 on your bench there.
Yeah, we've actually heard you a few times. Just a few.
But do you persevere? Do you get to a point where you just go, that's the end of it, I've had enough?
I have in the past, and they have been Rebel 48 scale A6. 30 plus years ago, I was doing that, and I tested the aerodynamics of it across the room, and it failed, and so that was it. So, but I don't know. It's just, if I hate to start something, because you work hard for your money, you buy this stuff, and then you're getting into it. And I literally had one kit. I mean, I had a lot invested in it, and I so wanted to ditch it, and I pushed on through with it. I'm glad I did, because it does look decent in the display case. But there's a significant investment in these things, and to just start going out of heck with it and toss it, something in me is like, no, don't. Maybe you'll learn something from it. So that's why I try as hard as I can to stick through the build.
Now, as modelers, we all pick up particular different skills and we all learn them. What would be the skill that you would consider to be the most beneficial to your hobby now?
Probably airbrushing. I mean, there's two main skills, but two main things in the hobby is building and painting. And once you can, figure out all the scene work and rescribing and things like that, and you get over those construction hurdles, because you got to start building it, then you get to the painting and finishing aspects of it. And then that brings on a whole different level of artistic value to it, actually, with paint and light and shadow and highlight and things like that. So, not that I'm out there trying to do modular painting or anything like some of the armor guys do, but just learning your airbrush, learning ratios on paint thinning, what paints work with other paints, what paints won't work with other paints, effects that you can get with your airbrush, with different air pressures, and it's kind of like riding a bike. You get a feel for it, and then you get better and better as time goes on. Just gaining the experience.
Skills build, yes. What are your feelings on aftermarket products for models? Are you for them, or again?
I'm all for it. I love aftermarket. I've actually bought a kit based on the aftermarket that was produced for it. I've only done it once, maybe twice, but I'll see a detail set and like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. So then I'll go out and get the kit for it just because I want to use the detail set. But it's not too common, and anymore, kits are getting so much better now that. Case in point, my Holy Grail kit, the Tamiya Tomcat, because I'm a Tomcat fan. Really, I mean, all you need for that thing, maybe some ejection seats and some wheels, because I don't find the wheels to be quite right with that. They look clownish, cartoonish to me, and so I got to replace the wheels. But other than that, it's a beautiful kit, So that's why, if I can, yeah. Now I'm kind of veering away from aftermarket now. As weird as it sounds.
Do you tend to do any scratch building at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the whole engine bay in this, if you can see it, I made an attempt at scratch building or detailing actually the inner wall, and then adding in the roof, and then adding in here in the wheel bay, hydraulic lines and things like that. The avionics bay, it's just a box. I mean, it's a basic scratch build, but it's stuff that probably should be there if it was ever to get, picked up and looked at, and then there's the empty hole in there, people might be going, well, what's he doing there? But I scratch build as necessary. It's not my favorite thing to do, and I certainly admire the guys that can do it very well.
Right. Do you own a stash, or do you buy and build?
Can I move the camera? No, I won't move the camera. It'll just cause people to get sick. I do own a stash.
Yeah.
Fairly sizable stash.
Have you ever attended a model show?
Yes. Matter of fact, I went over to LA last weekend for OrangeCon, the Southern California, one of the Southern California chapters. They have Orange County has one, another chapter has one. My local club's having ours next month, and then I always attend our national convention every year, and I have since '98.
Have you ever entered a competition, and what advice would you give to somebody entering a competition?
Oh boy.
Yes.
Yeah,
I've been there myself.
Okay, so yes, I enter competitions. I've competed. Like I said, I've gone every year. I've competed every year, and I judge every year. In 2016, well, back to your question, what would I advise people? I would advise them not to get too wound up in the competition aspect of itself. I mean, for me, the fun of the national or any show, really, it doesn't matter, is going, putting your stuff on the table, walking away, hanging out with your friends, looking at models, buying stuff, the whole show experience. And not a lot of guys, but some guys get so wound up, and I gotta win. I gotta, beat this guy or this, I gotta have the best. Who cares? I mean, at the end of the day, it's plastic models. You're just having fun. Yeah. So don't take it too seriously. 1, 2, build for yourself. 3, it is what it is. At the end of the day, yes, it's a competition. Yeah, you're putting it out there. And 3 people are going to go and they're going to rank the models however they see fit using a criteria as put forth by IPMS USA. So don't get
butthurt, basically. Yeah, there's a lot of people get butthurt because they don't come anywhere. Like myself, you've judged. What do you, when you go to judge on a table, what is it that attracts? How do you actually go about going through the individual models, the section that you're actually going to judge? How do you first proceed and do it?
So we're all assigned a category. So and I'll just speak from the U.S. side of things, from the colonial side of things.
Right.
The one here with the funny accent. What we do is, so we have categories, and then we have, now this last year in Tennessee, we had over 900 and some odd, 936 to 945 aircraft models alone. We have, the categories vary because we can split. But one thing that we do other than what you guys do over in the UK is we won't disqualify something if it's in the wrong category. We will physically pick it up and move it to where it needs to be because we don't want to exclude anybody. Plus, what we also do is we'll split categories, which will necessitate, because we'll get 50 models in one category and we're only given 3 awards. We want to try and spread the wealth. So what we'll do is we'll make a split, and if, say, quarter scale prop has 30 Mustangs in it, and somehow we will take those 30 Mustangs and we'll make them their own category, and then we'll try to even it out as best we can. So then we'll have 50 some odd judges. They're broken up into judging teams of 3. The senior guy of the 3 will be your team leader, and I've been a team leader, gosh, for I don't know how long now. But what we'll do is, and each team leader will run how they do it their own way. But what I like to do is I'll delegate to my guys. I'll say, we'll have 20 planes in front of us, or since I'm an aircraft judge, we'll have the planes in front of us. I'll say, okay, you go on that side of the category, you go on that side. I'll start in the middle, and we'll all take a look. We all know what we're supposed to be looking for, and we'll pare it down. And I tell my guys, I said, give me 4 to 5, maybe 6 of your top contenders. What we'll be looking for is your major alignment issues, your construction issues, your seam work, things like that. Alignment's huge. We usually make, and 9 times out of 10, all judging teams will use alignment as like their first baseline criteria to make sure everything's straight, because there is so much you can, I don't want to say get rid of, but you can deduct from the competition just because one little thing's off. And a lot of people get upset about that.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, at least we have, what I'd like to think is that we have a way to say, this is what we found. We can point to a specific and say, hey, this is what got you, as opposed to, and what I really can't stand is, well, I like this or I like that. We're not there to judge likes and pick our favorites. We're there to apply a set of rules that are put forth by the judges guideline and IPMS USA to apply to our judging and how we do it. So we'll make our progressive cuts like that, looking for our 4 or 5. And then once we get to our 4 or 5, now everything will have issues, but we start weighing the issues with construction issues. So maybe this person has one little thing out of alignment. This person has one little scribing issue. Anyway, then the team comes together, and then they weigh the issues, and they come to a consensus as what they feel is probably, and how they would rank 1, 2, and 3 based on the issues that they have found, the minor issues that they have found with those 4 or 5 models, or maybe even 3. Sometimes I've even had instances where it was even hard. First is almost the easiest one to pick out. Will usually jump out at you and go, that's the one. 2 and 3, sometimes third place is one of the hardest to pick, because it's like, yes, okay, and then now what? Because it's the I don't want to say best of the worst, but it a few times that can be like that.
Because like I said, I've did judging as well in many shows now, but I've also been with some of the guys from the Hangout to judge the competitions that are run by IPMS and all that, and even them admit how difficult it can be trying to determine which one was the winner.
So I missed the end of that then because my internet crashed. So when you're doing when you're doing the judging, if you do a load of scores and you end up with 2 that are actually at the same score level, right? I know it shouldn't do, but what would you end up having to literally physically go, I do prefer this one over this one?
No.
You in theory you should always end up with different scores.
Okay, so to scoring, we don't score.
Oh, okay.
We don't have a score sheet. We don't have a numbering system. We don't have anything like that. What we'll simply do is we'll weed out the 4, 5, or 6 with the least issues, overall issues. Then they will be discussed of which issues are more egregious than the other ones in the eyes of the judging team.
Oh, okay.
And what I would say is what we try to do, at least with my teams, is a classic example this year. We had a team, and I was mirroring the aircraft head judge because as of next year, I'm going to be the head aircraft judge. So I'm learning his job. And so, you know, we went over, we were called over to solve an issue. And there was an entry that had a decal that went awry, and it was fixed, but you could tell there was a fix made.
Yeah.
Then the other entry had a panel line that just stopped right at the root.
Yeah.
Of the tail root. And so the team was they were at a quandary. They couldn't differentiate which way to go with it. And so the head judge said, you know, basically gave his opinion, and then he said, so, you know, Jim, what do you think? And I said, well, a philosophy I like to use is you've got to build it before you paint it. So that's why construction, which you do first, you need to get that right before you even get to paint. I said, so construction issues usually weigh a little bit heavier in the way I judge than a finish issue. And I said, so with this example, you have the panel line that goes into nowhere, which needed to be done before you paint it. It's also the builder had a wash in his panel line, so, and it was on a light background. It really showed. It's like, boom, there it was. The decal issue was less apparent, harder to see, and you could see, once you saw it, you could tell that the entrant tried to fix it. So it's kind of like, well,
they found the problem. They tried to deal with the problem instead of just leaving the problem and not dealing with it. They've then, okay, yeah, I understand. So it's not like you try and find, you pick the best. You try and find the one that's done the best with what they've got. It's more how they've dealt with the kit more than what's been done sometimes. Yeah, I sort of understand what you're saying. I think us norms. I don't know if you've done it where it is virtually with the point system, where we find a lot of ours is with a sort of scoring system when I've done.
We've never ever done it that way. We've basically gone down to absolutely nitpicking to find. Basically, yeah.
We too.
You know,
I mean, we criticize for nitpicking, but I would rather.
It's not the job.
But I'd rather get nitpicky because at least I can point to something and say that was the issue, than saying, well, we picked this one because, I liked the natural metal paint job and he did a good job with it. And this one over here has and that natural metal paint job plane might lean to one side and be construction, might be a little off on it, but because it had the shiny metal finish and was really attractive and the finish was done well on it, maybe not so much the construction, over a not perfectly, nothing's perfect, but a dang near perfect build of a brown cameled aircraft, and it's a solid build, and it gets overlooked because it has a brown camel paint job on it. And I've seen that happen, and I'm just like, no, it's not supposed to go like that. So, we have the rules, we have the way we're supposed to do it, but then there's guys that will get out there and kind of do their own thing, and that's one thing I'm going to hopefully try and. I don't know that I'll ever be able to fix it, but hopefully we can, discuss these things of applying what we have to what we're looking at, and not just picking our favorites. Because shoot, you can go to the state fair and pick out your favorite pie. I mean, if you're just going to pick favorites, how does the entrant know what the judge likes as their favorite?
Yeah, that's right.
My biggest thing. So,
because as I say, when I've been judging, I've always been impartial to all types of aircraft. And only judge aircraft. You often hear some cases where they say, he picked the Spitfire because he likes Spitfires. Stuff like that. Yeah. As a judge, you have to be impartial to everything and judge on what you view as what's actually on the table.
I see it very difficult for judges because everybody has their particular area that they like when they're building models. So, and naturally, a judge will probably know more regarding a certain aircraft than another. So they can look at that model and go, I can see that they've corrected all of the issues within that model that I know of, and they might not know all the other issues that are then being corrected on another kit, which they might not know the whole spectrum of. So judging is so difficult. it's not faultless, and things do go. It is.
No model is perfect. No model is perfect. No judge is perfect.
No.
I mean, at the end of the day, we all do the best we can.
Exactly.
Have you ever had an argument with your fellow judge over a particular subject?
One more time.
Have you ever had an argument or disagreement with a fellow judge over a particular entrant?
Yes, but I wouldn't say an argument, a disagreement, maybe. But that's why we have a team of three, because then you can have the discussion between the three of you, okay? And the beautiful thing about the way we do it is, if after we have our discussion and say two out of the three can come to a conclusion, but that the one person still can't wrap their head around whatever's being discussed, then the team leader is, in my opinion, obligated to get the head judge over there to arbitrate and say, okay, what's going on, and just discuss it. So we, I don't want to say convince the third person, because the third person, or the one lone guy, their point may be very valid, and maybe they're right, and the other two aren't doing what they need to be doing. So it can go both ways. So that's why we have the odd teams of three, to try and get a consensus. But if you can't, we'll eventually get it worked out.
As I say, what I always recommend is people think everybody must go to a model show at least once in their life. They have to see a different side to it, see the sort of standards that go into competitions, the standards on the normal, everyday SIG tables and stuff like that. A model show is totally different to what you'll see on the internet when you actually view the actual model up close and see. Because I always say the camera cannot pick up everything that the eye can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's sensory overload too, and gosh, we had over 3,112 models at our last national, and it's just like, you walk the room for hours, and you think you've seen everything. You could walk the room again, and you'll pick up new stuff. There was just so much there, and it's just such a blast just to walk the room and see all the stuff. It's just amazing.
Yeah, and how many hours has actually been put into what you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
This is a bit of a controversial one. You've got a first-time person starting out in modeling. Some people recommend that they start with older, difficult kits to build. My personal opinion is to start with something like 72nd, but by a non-manufacturer Tamiya, which means the kit will go together, not going to have too many problems, and build up, then start working towards a more difficult kit. Are you of the opinion that a difficult kit will help them learn quicker, or an easier kit will help them get more confident and progress on?
I don't know. So, okay, I've got a buddy at work, or when I used to work. I got him into modeling, and he was going out buying monogram tanks and building them. And he's like, "Oh man, I got this and this." And I'm like, "Well, it's because you bought a 40-year-old kit that has all these issues." What I would say is find a kit that is a good quality kit that goes together nicely, that you don't have to worry about so much all the issues. Okay, and then maybe work your way up. Maybe do a more difficult kit. So in a way, it is like you said. You buy the easier kit and then work your way into more difficult kits or more complex kits. But then your more complex kits tend, I don't know, this is a general statement, but usually can be your more detailed kits. The ones that you're going to want to do anyway. So why make the process of learning how to model harder on yourself by having to deal with all these issues out of the gate? Start out slow, work your way up, and then when the issues come along, then you've got the internet, you've got ISM, you've got all a multitude of YouTube videos. You've got all different kinds of modeling websites that you go to and pose questions. Go to your local model club, you know, and get answers there. Hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? So,
yeah,
I don't know if that's answering your question or not, but
yes. Because, like I say, I am of the opinion if they start with an easier to put together kit and build the skill level and confidence,
yeah.
And once they start learning, then they can start tackling the more difficult, like a Ravel, you know, stuff like that, the real old monogram type ones, and start learning. They might want to learn to rescribe, stuff like that later down the line. But that's it. Tools wise, there's a multitude of tools available that never used to be around when we were younger. What would you consider to be your most ultimate tool and the most handy tool that you do own?
Okay, I did some homework. I watched Al's interview, and I knew this question was coming. Now, this is a rehearsed answer, and it's going to sound corny and it's going to sound hokey, but I would say any modeler's best tool is their brain, and if they're not always learning, then they're not progressing. I mean, I've been at it since '75, and I'm still learning stuff, and I hope to be until the day I don't do this anymore and I croak. But that I would say that's my favorite tool is learning whatever I can. Paul and his 2K videos really got me onto trying that, and that's something I hadn't done before. And I was like gobsmacked at the results I was able to get even my first time out because I was learning a new skill set. So yeah, my brain's my number one tool, but my number one physical tool that is on the bench that like everybody. I mean, probably the first tool we all own is your number 11 blade X-Acto knife.
Yes.
Every single day, this thing gets used, along with a good pair of tweezers and masking tape. I mean, everything else is, and well, of course, glue. But everything else after that is probably secondary.
Things now, when we were younger, we had to wait for like a magazine come out once every other month, or we'd dash off to the library and borrow a book and sit there and the information there. The internet has come along now. Has that changed modeling, do you think?
Absolutely. Probably more so than anything. Just because now and when I first joined the Hangouts and Al and I would chat after everybody else was gone, and I was telling Al, it's like, what amazes me is the ability. I mean, back in the '70s, if you would have said, yeah, when you get older, you're going to be able to sit down at a desk with a little camera and talk to guys all over the world about your hobby, I just would have been gobsmacked. I mean, the technology that has brought us all together, I mean, is definitely, they said jet travel made the planet smaller. I think the internet's made it even smaller still. So the things you can learn, the things you can do, and the access you have as a modeler, and the access that now model companies and model producers and aftermarket companies and paint, the whole thing that we all have access now to through the internet of things that we can now get. I mean, if anything, it's bolstered the hobby probably 100-fold.
Yeah, totally agree with that one. Now, the last month or so, you've joined the Hangouts. Now, were you beforehand a solitary modeler, sit there, model with a radio on? And now that you joined the Hangouts, has it changed modeling a little bit for you? Do you tend to find you're doing a bit more modeling, or you've got your opposite direction and we're all distracting you?
No. And when I first came into the Hangouts, I always kind of wanted to do it, and I was putting it off, and finally I had my IT department, also known as my son, got my computer down out of the office, so we set it up here on my desk. And so, and just like I was telling the guys and you guys in the back, in the Hangout, it's like on Saturday afternoons when I go down to the hobby shop and meet my friends, we sit there and we'll bring a kit and we'll at the table, we're just conversating and having a good time and talking about stuff, talking about models. How are you doing this? What are you doing there? So this has just been an extension to be able to do that on a worldwide level now, which is really kind of fun too. So I wouldn't say it's enhanced my model modeling time or output. It's just been another way to enjoy the hobby with fellow hobbyists. The one thing that's given me more time is I'm newly retired since June, so that's really allowed me the time to come down here every day in my room and hang out and work on stuff. And it's always fun, to besides just listening to sports talk radio or music or something that there's no interaction. It's fun, getting in the back in the hangouts and hanging out with fellow modelers and just having a good time.
And listening to the crazy crew.
I never knew the body could make so many noises.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Hey, no music.
Music.
Right. The last question from me for the evening.
All right.
Have you built your ultimate kit, or has it not been built for you yet? Developed.
Ultimate meaning, has the ultimate kit been produced by a company?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say I'll never produce my ultimate kit because I'm never happy with anything I ever do. But I would say yes. My Holy Grail kit came out, and I was kind of skeptical at first. When Tamiya came out with their Tomcat, the Tomcat is my favorite aircraft. The high-vis schemes of the 60s and 70s are my all-time favorite genre of aircraft to build. So when they came out with their A model, I was just like, ooh, this could be very nice. And then like a lot of modelers was like, oh man, the wings, there are no dropped flaps or slats. And that kind of, for me, for whatever reason, really got me kind of bummed about the kit. And I'm just like, well, I'll wait for the AMK kit. And
yeah, that's true. Well,
now it just came. And, kudos to AMK for doing it. And I'm sure I'll probably get one if they put out a B because I need a B. But I did finally get a little bit tired of waiting for the AMK kit. So I went out and I got a Tamiya kit and I put it together, and I don't know how many Hasegawa Tomcats I had done and sweated through and complained about and just was pulling my hair out. I had the Tamiya one together and I was sitting on the shelf in 4 months, which is on and off, which is kind of fast for me. And I was just, the way it went together, it's a complex aircraft and the lines on it, everything to get together, and the way they did that thing, I was just like, holy cow, this is it. I can die and be a happy modeler now. My Holy Grail kit is here.
Thank you very much for your time, Jim, and I shall hand you over now to the other gentleman. All right, guys, it's your turn.
I'm muted, chatting away. Anybody else got a question?
Nothing safe to ask from me.
Okay. Do we have any in the chat? Or have you got one else? Sorry,
I'll just jump in. You've mentioned the F-14. Is that your favorite aircraft? Or if
Absolutely.
not?
Ever since I was a little kid.
Yep.
I always loved that plane. And I think what got me was the wings. I thought, man, how can wings move on an airplane? When I was in grade school, and I was like, well, that's so neat. It can do that, and then all these glorious color schemes and all these, bright colored tails. And then, VF-84 and the Jolly Rogers. Good grief. I'm a fan to this day. My boy just made me that. So we did the big black tail and then black and yellows. I'm a sucker for black and yellow. And so, when I saw that was it. Hook, line, and sinker.
Cool.
And I get a lot of ribbing from my friends about it. They're always on me about it because everybody likes them, but it's a nostalgia thing with me. I just always have loved the Tomcat and the 84 and 103.
Everyone those Tomcats.
Yeah. I'm no different.
As you say, you like the higher vis, the brighter schemes, rather than the dull grey lumps. Have you built many sort of Russian things, flankers, or?
I do. I've got, 5 flankers to do, 2 29s, a couple 25s, a 31, and a 24.
We need to see.
Yet though.
We need to see your stash and hang out. Oh, you can do it now.
Do it later.
Yeah, you'll get sworn at in chat probably, but
Yeah. How dare you have all those kits? I don't know. Well, 30 plus years of collecting, I'm going to do them all.
Yeah, I mean, now you're retired, you will build them all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some of them might need new decal sheets.
Oh,
Anybody else?
We've got first questions to actually come up in chat. Now we've had plenty of great interviews and thank you and all that stuff. John at Shadowland is asking, what genres do you build?
what genres? Okay, are you ready? So, mostly 48 scale Navy jets is my ballpark, but I do have a big interest in Israeli Air Force jets in 48, Russian Air Force in 48, all the mainstays. Like I just listed them all. Some U.S. stuff, and then 48 scale props from World War II. 350 scale modern U.S. and World War II Japanese. I have a pretty good collection of. Your obligatory 35th scale German armor. I have like maybe 8 kits of those. Israeli armor I have, and some modern U.S. I got about 10 full-scale cars, a couple, about 4 20th scale F1 cars from the 70s. I love those. I've got that big McLaren 12th scale from Model Factory Hero.
Nice.
I do have a couple Fujimi GT40 and Porsche 917 to do, Tamiya 956 to do, and then 4 or 5 little Bandai Star Wars kits. So I'm pretty much all over the map.
Yep. And Dave Lloyd was asking, what's your most valuable kit? I'm thinking probably the Model Factory Hero.
I actually conned the wife into dipping into savings to get that, because I've always wanted to do a big scale car, and they came out with the for the MP4/4, and one of Senna's. And I was talking to Paul earlier. I guess he won just about every race, if not every race that year in that car, and it's in the Hall of Fame or whatever. I was like, okay, if I'm going to do one, that's the one I'm going to do, because it's pretty historic.
Yeah.
But my favorite is the 4/6. Then, like, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years later, they came out with the 4/6. I'm
Yeah,
like,
boy.
I should have woulda, coulda, should have waited for the 4/6. I can't afford 2, so I'm gonna stick with I did the 4/6 and little 43rd scale, and then I got the. One of these days, I have to do that one just because I spent so much flipping money on it.
Yeah, well, maybe you can do a buddy build with Tim.
Hang on, John. I'll start selling tickets. not for build off, but probably that you.
We do have one more question. Keithar is asking, where did you get that cool stand the A6 is on from?
I'm going to say shop.
I can't remember now.
eBay.
Yeah, it was eBay. Honestly, a friend of mine turned me on to them, and I can't remember. You probably could find something like this on eBay.
Is it just a couple of pieces or a few pieces of
it's
laser cut plexiglass and a threaded rod?
Yeah, that's all it is. And some washers and nuts, and then they put some foam type, rubber type stuff on here to cradle it, and it's slowly coming off. I got to reglue it, but you can just adjust it in and out. Da.
Oh dear.
Shaking
And Dave Lloyd is asking, what's the latest kit you got? Your most recent purchase.
The latest kit. Oh, okay. Here's another sickness I have. I'll buy something. I'll get all the aftermarket for it. Then I look at the stash. I'll never get to it. I sell it. And then 5 years later, I wish I hadn't sold that. So, Norman. I'm playing Norman on this one.
I got one of them.
Yeah.
Choice that is.
So I managed to score this one off eBay at a pretty reasonable price. Of all the British Phantoms, that treble one with the lightning bolt and everything. Again, black and yellow. I'm a sucker for black and yellow. But I want to do this, and I want to do my lightning both in those markings and have them sit side by side.
Matt,
That's the latest one, but I've got more coming, like everybody else.
Matt B is saying that's an RC jet stand on eBay or Horizon Hobby.
Oh, really? Okay.
Works for 32nd scale A6s anyway.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
From the chat,
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for that interview, Jim. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Can I quickly ask some questions about your history with firefighting?
Sure.
What was your role in the force?
He carried the bucket.
Force? Hang on, the force is no joke.
I don't know. What would you? Okay, I've caught it.
Service, Tim. Service.
Service. Sorry, yes.
Department.
I mean, you still got all your hair in both your eyebrows, so you're obviously good at it.
You're pretty good at it. Yeah.
So we all start out. So you test. You're lucky enough to. I mean, there was 5,000 guys testing the 4 years I was trying, but I volunteered a lot. I got my face around. So when they finally did pick me up, and I got hired pretty young. I was 22 when I got hired. And I didn't have this gray hair, that's for sure. It was all brown at one time. So you go through the academy, and then they train you through your firefighting things and your medical things. And then you go out and you rove so you call in every day and they tell you where you're going. Usually, since you're low on seniority, you start out on an ambulance, and because the city of Phoenix runs its own ambulance service, the fire department does. So you do that for probably the first, well, now it's 2 years. Back then, it was like you're on first 5 years on the job, or you're on an ambulance until you get enough work up, get enough seniority. Then you ride in the back of a fire engine for a while until you elect to promote up to captain or engineer. I elected to go to engineer because to test for captain, you needed some engineering background anyway. So what we call an engineer is a driver or a pump operator.
Yeah.
And like in New York, they have one guy that specifically drives, and that's all he does.
Yeah.
We kind of are a jack of all trades. So the drivers will drive, they'll pump the apparatus with water. If they're on a ladder company where they're putting up the big sticks and things like that, they get back into more of the firefighting stuff, going up and providing for ventilation and things like that, opening up a structure when it's on fire. So for my first 10 years, I was your firefighter type guy. And then, or actually 8 years, when I had about 8 years on the job, I took the engineer's test, got promoted, roved around again because you start all over in seniority. But then I fairly early on, about 11, 12 years on the job, I scored a ladder company up here by my house, which was unheard of. But anyway, I spent the next almost 10 years there working on a ladder truck and driving. We have the articulated ladders where it's a tractor and a trailer.
Oh, the big long jobs. Yeah.
Yeah, we had that type of apparatus. And so I drove the back end of that whenever we had a fire call. And we had a little alert truck that we take on medical calls. And then I had about close to 20 years on, right about 20 years on when there was an opening down at the airport. And so I decided I was going to try for that. And I had enough seniority to get the spot down there on one of the trucks. And the airport's a little bit different because you have to be certified to work there. You can't cross over onto airport grounds without security clearances, proper training. We have to learn how to drive the airfield, communicate with the tower, all that kind of stuff. So once I got into that program, there's a training period. And then I manned a squad that would go on medical calls in the airport. And then when we had aircraft emergencies, I drove a truck that was specifically intended to do an interior aircraft firefighting. So if we ever did have an incident, we needed to stretch lines. It was a smaller, what we call foam truck. You see these ginormous foam trucks out on the airport. We had a smaller version of that was built just for that purpose. So it had still had 4 axles on it, but it only had like 3,000 gallons of water. We'd carry 600 feet of hose, and then we'd stretch, and we'd be able to get access and interior on aircraft. Then after 3 years of doing that, I finally had enough seniority on the job to put in for and get one of the dedicated crash foam trucks. So I was on the lead foam truck for about 4 or 5 years, and then I switched trucks and went and retired off of the foam one, which covered the west end of the airport. And the fun thing about that was I was kind of on my own. I didn't have a captain in with me, so I could kind of not freelance. I had to do what I was told to do, but I didn't have him sitting in the cab with me. I was able to, see things and do things on my own if I needed to.
That's a good service history. That's a good
yeah.
Yeah. So what was your most interesting job that you did? You got those jobs that you're like, I did this is the day I did this.
Okay, since you put it that way, there was one shift out of 32 years that I actually felt, because we do so much medical, and all the medical, like we say, 90% of what we do is medical. Well, of that 90%, probably another 95% of it is stuff that people could handle on their own. It gets kind of frustrating. So, I fell, I stubbed my toe. Oh, I got gas pains. Oh, I've been on a zit on the back of the neck, to a nightmare, to my neck sore. You name it. I mean, it just all the silliness. But we did have one shift where our first call out the gate was a lady. It was a medical call. I was like, okay, nothing new, and a typical medical call. That was the first one in the morning. The rest of our 24-hour shift was nothing but fire calls, working fires, and extrication calls, because our ladders here, we were in charge of extricating people out of cars during car wrecks. So that's all we had the rest of the shift. And afterwards, it was kind of like, wow, I kind of feel like a real firefighter, for a day.
Yeah.
You get it for a day.
See, that's what our firefighters over here, although they are medical trained, they are their sole purpose really is just to be firefighter and expedition from cars and crashes and stuff like that, or rescuing, but a lot of rescue. I'm sure that if they needed to, they'll be able to do pretty much quite a lot of what our ambulance guys could do. But they're very much, that's their job, and then that's their job. We don't have that over here. It's quite different. I've noticed that in the States. It's quite a different.
We would have a hard time existing as just solely being a fire department. There wouldn't be enough call volume really to justify our existence.
Oh, okay.
It sounds funny because you're like, well, you need a fire department. Well, yeah, but if you're only running as now we've got 65 engines, 8 or 10 battalion chiefs, I don't know, 15 ladder companies across the city. I mean, City of Phoenix is the fifth largest city in the U.S. And if we did nothing but fires, you'd be paying a lot of guys not a whole lot of money and still be losing money. So we have to justify our existence somehow. So the way we're based is we have engine companies that are all now advanced life support, or 2 of the 4 guys are paramedics, like Luke. Okay. And so they run on the emergency, regardless whatever you call 911 for, you're going to get a fire engine with 2 paramedics on it and 2 EMTs. They assess the situation. And then if you need transport to the hospital, then they'll call an ambulance. One of our ambulances will come and show up, pick up the patient, and then care is transferred to that ambulance, because that ambulance is 1 EMT and 1 EMT firefighter and 1 paramedic firefighter that are low on seniority. That's why they're on the ambulance, and then they'll transport to the hospital.
Oh, okay.
So and then the engine crews, like I said, so 2 of them are paramedics, 2 of them are EMTs, and they do all the medical, and they also do all the firefighting. Now our ambulances, like I said, are 1 and 1. They also can get in on fire calls if need be, if they need the manpower and they're close, and they can be swept into the assignment too.
That's not bad. That's not. We've had quite a problem with our fire service being cut back and being reduced down, and that doesn't sound like a bad way of making sure that you keep your fire service and keep them active and sort of not in a rude way, but we're earning their wage. Like
I said earlier, that's how we justify our existence and how we justify our budget.
Yeah,
it's not.
The fire department here is not volunteer, but it's part-time. When a call goes in about a fire, then the call goes out to all the firefighters to come to the station, and it's like the first 5 that turn up get the job.
Yeah, it's quite differently run. Ours has had quite a lot of cutbacks, but that doesn't sound like a bad way of having a fire and emergency department sort of in that way. I'm sure our firefighters wouldn't like to be running out and doing what Luke does every Friday night. But that's if it works for you guys, then brilliant. Thanks for that, dude. Thanks for that.
Yes, massive respect for what you did, Jim.
Yeah, well done, Jim.
Absolutely.
And thanks for joining us and being our Victor interviewee.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No problem. It was fun, guys.
And,
Brilliant.
well done, Norman, as well.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice one, Normskis.
There we go.
Speaking English.
Yes. Sorry, the South African doesn't speak very well. Shirikist. So there we go. Excellent interview. Well done, Norm. Thanks everyone who asked a question in the chat. And as we've been saying through the interview, if you not like the show, give us a like. And that's it. Right. Here's D-Day. Dan,
Hello.
do you want to give it a whirl?
Of course I can.
You remember what to do, yeah?
Hey.
Mash a load of buttons and start swearing rapidly.
Everything on Google Chrome, share screen, Chrome tab, pick your tab.
Right, Chrome tab.
Whenever you're ready.
That way first.
Everybody watching, everyone, please send good thoughts for Dan's connection and the screen share to work.
Connection's fine. I think it's the screen share that could be iffy. But that's
Yeah, it worked for us last week. No, it's not working now. Right. So you're on Chrome, yeah?
yes.
And the screen trying to share is on Chrome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So you click that, you click Chrome tab, yeah?
Yeah.
And then you're picking the window that you want to share.
Yes. Hang on, let me try that again. Yeah, just to make sure. Yeah.
Let me try something else we had to do last time as well. Let me turn off the follow me thing. Right, stop sharing, Dan.
Yes, stopped.
Right, let yourself come back. Hang on.
Come back, Dan.
Give it a refresh, Dan. Hurts. Right. Try it now, Dan.
Right, let's mash a few buttons. Tim can start swearing immediately if he wants.
Remember what we had to do last time is not have a screen clicked on you. It needs to roam. There we go. That's what it is. It can't have follow me on it like it does through the show.
Yeah.
And I can't put the screen on you. So when any of us talk, it's going to take the camera away from you.
That's a £10 fine.
So just whenever we speak, you talk, bring the camera back to you. It's the only way it works, mate.
Yeah, no worries.
Right. So I'm going to hand you over to Dan. He's going to look for the Facebook page and the forum. Fingers crossed. And make a note of your favourite builds because at the end you get to vote. And the build with the most votes will win a UMP goodie bag free of charge. Vote for you, Dan.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, man.
More enthusiasm, boys. More enthusiasm.
Hello.
Back a bit.
All right, calm down.
Sorry.
We're going to start this week with my turd that I've polished. This is a Mengtoon tank. It's a Tiger something with a porch turret. Did you see the porch bit?
Oh, yeah, porch.
It's oh, that threw me and I nearly swore. It's an unspecified scale, but I think it's very small, about that big.
Yeah, about that big.
Yep. Primer was Ultimate Black, and then it was painted over with Archive X Reefer White with a few other colours. It's used some decals out of the spares box and took a blurry photo with an iPhone.
Very, very blurry, Dan. Well done.
Nice one.
Yeah, well done.
Well done.
Nice one, Dan.
Well done.
Like the martini stripe.
I do too.
Yes.
Nice work.
Was there an egg
Dan.
Apparently, there's an egg build.
Was there?
You know,
Sort of.
I didn't know anything about it.
I don't know for
Thanks, mate.
that. Yeah, it's an ecumenical matter.
Yeah.
Ecumenical.
You're lost in here, you really are.
Oh, dear.
Wasted.
This is Hawk Moon next, and he says the Achilles has had its decals added along with the tools, hawser, etc. 2 coats of winter wash have been added, and now dirtying up /wear/weathering starts.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool.
This is Tattoo Boy next. Let me just move that paint before
Oh, that's nice.
all over.
Yeah.
He's finished Mengs Messerschmitt ME410B2/U2/R4 heavy fighter in 148 for the Wings and Tracks GB.
Sounds like a droid of Star Wars.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Built it out of the box, except for some brass tubing for the gun barrels, and he's painted it with Tamir and Mr. Hobby Paints.
That's a nice build. I like that.
I do like that,
Nice.
actually.
I like that.
Yes.
But-
I like his spinners.
Very good.
Nice neat spinners, yeah.
Yeah, they are, yeah, because normally they like somebody's just
Sneeze.
sneezed, yeah. This is Tomcat 64 next. He says, it's a pair of wings. Hopefully, these will eventually be attached to a 172nd Tamir Mosquito. The Wings and Tracks SIG is made life a little harder for himself as he wants to build it wheels up. So he has some filling and sanding to get the undercarriage bay doors closed up. Aside from gluing both nacelle and cutting and the cutting mat with CA and spilling a little tet onto lower surfaces, it's all gone swimmingly so far.
And Dabby Dozy.
Just a usual build.
He knows they do.
I would say that should have 5 minutes work, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Snafu.
Go on, Neil, you can do it.
Oh,
Oh, that's nice.
F27 packs next. He says, good evening, happy modelers.
No, it must have the wrong place.
It's definitely the wrong place. Here is an almost completed Revell 1144 Airbus A319 in a Sky Traders livery. As there isn't a decal set for this part of me, I've scrounged ones from the spares box and hit decals. The white is to me a TS26 pure white. And his own Airbus grey, and to me a TS12 orange. The hold-up is what he's having trouble getting the CFM 56-5 engine pods right.
Oh, yeah, Dash 5s.
that's nice.
I like
Very
that
nice.
a lot.
Yep.
Very nice. Very, very nice. This is Jiff Jaff, and he's just finished the Tamiya 124th Mitsubishi Evolution 5, and I've seen what he's just done there. It was broken, that's 5. It's his first completed rally car, and it's a decal hell apparently. Ultimate white prime, Tamiya LP paints used throughout, coated with aqua gloss, all shot out the apex. The only thing not out of the box with scratch built harnesses instead of those decals provided. He's just cut the Sebelt logos out and stuck them on the replacements. Happy Friday to all.
Looking good.
Very nice.
I like that.
Yeah,
it's
good job,
Nice
mate.
job.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, I like the base as well.
Yeah, I was just about to say the base looks pretty good.
Needs more treble. I'm here all night.
Oh dear. This is Cygnus X1 next. And this is a Tamiya JS2 finished this week. It's 4BO from various shades of Tamiya greens and weathered so that no two panels or planes of the tank are the same shade of 4BO. Berlin stripes hand painted,
Very nice.
as they would have been in battle too.
Yeah.
Runs and all.
Nice.
It's got the runs.
I read that the other
Me
day
too.
and we'll move along. To Mr. Barry F1 fan. He says he has a bit more done than the pick shows, but don't have a later pick. This is pretty close though. It's Tamiya fine white primer is down. It's a Fujimi Honda Integra to match his son's real car. It's out of the box. Tamiya spray cans and brush painted. Needs to strip the chrome off the wheels. Here's a painted wheels. Chassis and interior is actually all painted up. And happy Friday, dogs.
Very nice. Good stuff.
That'd be nice.
The old integer.
Oh, Mr. One Mac next.
Oh,
Ooh.
It's an unknown scale, but close to 1/144th, and it's his model. So 1/144th scale is the right scale. It's a Meng B-17G egg plane. Progress this week, aftermarket decals and a quick coat of Tester's dull coat and weathering to follow.
Very nice.
that's fucking awesome, that, Al.
Yeah, I do like that, if I'm honest.
Have you enjoyed it, Al?
Yeah, it's been good.
Good.
How did you get away with the Tester's dull coat? It was all right, was it?
Yeah, I just sprayed it on.
All right, fair enough, yeah.
Shut up, Norman.
That was it.
Rubbish.
Very nice, mate.
Now then, if I just No, I've got to stop this one, haven't I? Because I can't just swap to that one, can I?
I don't think so. You can try it though. Try changing that screen now to Facebook. Unless you've already loaded up.
Has it worked?
No.
No, he doesn't do that.
You have to just stop.
Yeah, don't do that then.
Yeah, stop. Screen share again. Go back.
This is going to make it a pain to do the recap.
Yeah.
It is a bit, but on the plus side, at least you're sharing screen.
That's pretty. Yeah.
Hey,
You're not cutting out and just
Every cloud and all, Dan.
Well, yeah.
Your connection's been good.
So now you know what's going to happen.
Is that sharing face link yet?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Because I'm not looking at my iPad.
What's that thing about taxis?
Oh, they're not real.
I think it was fake, Paul.
Dan's having a look there. Where?
Do you know what? It scared me then for a second. We're going to start this week with Mr. Mike Killing.
That's looking good.
Killing.
Yeah.
And he's finished up the Airfix 148 Sea Fury.
Cool.
That's nice.
Like that.
But nice. I like this one as well. This is Mr. Dean Armitage. He says this week he's continued his slow progress on this awesome build. It's the Edward 148 Bunny Fighters Members Edition. Glorious P and resin out of the box, not mentioning the rakes of stencil decals. He's primed it in UMP black and white. He's painted it with Mr. Hobby Aqueous and micro set and UMP decal setting solutions.
Do love our aircraft.
Very
Very
cool.
It's looking good, isn't it?
That is it. That's
Wait, I think it's the carrot missiles.
I do like the colour blue though that they picked for that particular.
He's a bit of blue, Dave. Bit of blue.
Bit of blue. Bit of blue.
Bit of blue for dads.
This is Theo. Next. See what I did there.
Yeah.
This week he's doing extensive body shell prep, fixing a broken part under the front spoiler. He's opening the air intake on the top of the bonnet and improving the port dashboard of the kit, etc. Of the Ferrari 340 Mexico, a multimedia kit by BBR in 1/43rd scale.
Cool.
That's
And those little BBRs are nice little kits.
Yes, I've got a big box full.
Yes, you have, you lucky son of a...
Oh dear. But I do like that one. That one's really nice. This is Mr. Glenn Woodruff next. And he's currently working on a 172nd Airfix P51D being built as a Mustang Mark of the Royal New Zealand Air Force 2 Squadron.
nice one.
Very nice.
I like the nice.
Very nice.
UMP!
I just nearly hosed the bench down with tea. This is Mr. Jason Works next, and he's nearing completion of the 1/12 scale Repsol Honda RT213V by Tamiya. Only clear coat and final assembly to go.
Oh, I like that.
Nice one, Jay.
You know what? Weirdly, that looks good in matte though.
I like that.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
A good colour scheme. This next one, Mr. Mark Atkinson. He's finished his Aoshima 124th Nissan Skyline R34 C West, whatever that means. Painted in UMP black primer. Main body colour is Splash Ultra Chameleon and Splash Beluga Black. Clear coat done in 0 Diamond 2K. All through is 2 Apex airbrushes. Aftermarket Aoshima wheels and Hero Boy exhausts. And he's super proud of this build.
Nice.
That is a cool colour.
Yeah, that paint is
Golden pink to make the boys wink. Mr. Dave Watts next. I like this one, and it should be at Telford.
Ooh.
He says, for the past 6 months, he's been working on this garage diorama, and now it's finally finished. Both vehicles are a Talieri 124th Mark II Escort and a Renault 5. Fujimi 124th garage tools, and has enjoyed doing this, and is so finally glad it's off his bench. Have a great show all.
Oh, like that.
Nice. We bought a Renault 5 like that and spent all week in the garage.
yeah.
Oh!
Just the way woman in that coffin.
You rang, my lady. This is Mr. David Stevens next. And this is a burned out on the Missouri. So he continued work on the Trumpeter 135th S300V 9A83 SA12 Gladiator.
Oh, that's a big, huge Russian thing, isn't it?
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
So he's hang on. So he's burnt out on one big thing and he's starting to carry on another big thing.
Yeah, in comparison, that's small and simple.
Wow.
Yeah, it's it.
It don't look small and simple from this end.
Well,
Do
footage.
Yeah, treating it small and simple.
Oh, Mr. John Sharp. He says he's finished off the Games Workshop Warcry Chimera as before, primed in UMP white, then a coat of Createx iridescent blue before the layering of washes, inks, and shades, along with lots of dry and moist brushing. Basis, some woodland scenic scatter, balsa wood, citadel texture paint, and some aquarium gravel.
Not enough highlights, in my opinion.
No, you need at least another 10 shades on there, John.
We are joking, by the way. It's a comment to somebody.
Reminds me of the wife.
Nice one, mate. Real light.
Dear. I
Cracking
do like that one though, John.
Take a seat.
Good colours. Good colours. This is Mr. Howard Laird next. And he's found a little bit of his missing mojo on the floor today, so he scraped it up and put it to use on Heller's 124th Ferguson T20. Some faded hairspray chipping using Windex and water, and have a great show all.
I like that effect.
Yeah,
It's a jolly good effect, that.
Yeah, that's good. Take a seat.
This is Mr. Mark Ewing next.
Lovely.
And this is a Tamiya Ducati 1199 Panigale S tricolor or tricolore, or I'm English, so it's a tricolor. It's a 1/12 scale, and he's keeping the side panel off to show off the work on the engine, and he thinks it's his best work. It's a straight out the box build, and he's used Mr. Surfacer 1200, Tamiya and Extreme Metals, Alclad, and the new Tamiya lacquer paints, which he loves using. Pro Range 2K clear, and all through his workhorse, his UMP Apex airbrush. It did have its ups and downs, but he got through with a little patience.
Yeah,
I
that's
do like that.
There's a doctor.
Looking good.
I do like that a lot.
Do you like it?
There is a doctor, though.
No, I wonder what he's,
For small people.
I
Just
wonder what he
little,
specialises in.
just little patients.
We're going to move away quickly because that's going to get into some.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
I was looking at him.
This
Yeah, I
was
wonder what that crease was.
Dragon net.
Mr. Antonio Rodriguez next. And he's finished the Mother of Dragons in 1/8 scale. It's a resin figure from, I need to get this right, Kabuki Models.
Oh, yeah.
Kabuki Models. It's all painted with Vallejo game and model color acrylics. And it was a work that he enjoyed a lot.
Very nice.
The one thing I do like about that is got the bone and the tooth color spot on, and the flesh.
All right.
That's cool.
Timothy.
Yeah, that's a great job.
No,
I like how he's laying on the lion skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just a yeah.
And spot
Having said that, though, Antonio is a really good painter.
he's getting really good at doing flesh.
Yeah, really good.
Isn't it? Nice for a trim.
You know, it's a nice bit of trim.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, I do like this one.
Yeah.
This is Matthew Dillon next, and he's finished his first aircraft type build as well as his first diorama attempt. And he might have to try building a proper aircraft kit now. The kit is a Hasegawa eggplane SR-71 painted with Mr. Surfacer primer and Tamiya for everything else, all using his UMP Apexes.
Very nice.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
It's
I
a
like,
nice job there.
yeah, his fire looks pretty good, and
Yeah.
the smoke and his. It just
Good
looks,
fun build.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Mr. Charles Stanhope next. And he's finally completed the 132nd Revell JU88. He's used UMP primer and the Vallejo Air War Series paint sets. The kit was a complete and utter nightmare. To do the landing gear, keeps collapsing. And the instructions were near impossible to follow. No. From a Revel kit? No. In particular, the front seat in the cockpit has now come loose. Beautiful.
They're cracking.
Big old
job on it as well.
Yeah, it was good.
I want to say it looks good. Just don't fly it if seats come loose.
Yeah.
Mr. Adam Challenger, and he started this on Monday. It's a Tamiya 124th Calsonic GTR 2003. Chassis is all done, just the body to finish. Hopefully be done by next week. Lots of Calsonics are making their way to Telford this year.
Oh, that's nice.
Very nice.
Oh, it's going to be a blue fest.
Oh, better be.
This is Mr. Tony Davey. I think he's spelt something wrong at the beginning here.
Yeah, I don't know the whole Paul is.
Paul's pickup buddy build, apparently.
Oh, is that Bertland bloke?
Yeah, but I've never heard of him. Don't know.
That's a kid engine.
Yeah, isn't it?
This is a Revell 125th GM41 Chevy pickup. The main body parts now primed using UMP primer, applied using an Apex airbrush with a .35 needle. The plastic is quite hard and brittle, so needs care, although component fit seems okay. I doubt that. Still considering what final top coat to be, but will be two-tone. And thanks for looking, Tony.
Nice one.
All these people doing this pickup thing. I think Paul dropped something. He just had to pick it up. Paul.
Yeah, he's definitely dropped something.
We dropped the flying bomb.
This is Mr. Tom Davis, and this is a Brengun 1144 FI 103/V1 flying bomb with trolley. It's all resin and photo etch, and definitely a fiddly kit, but happy with it so far. God, that's tiny.
It wasn't that on there what you've been buying last week or something?
Yeah, it's Tom that's doing the little the rocket-powered comet or jet-powered comet, isn't it?
Sadly, in my honesty, I didn't watch last week. I was getting drunk in a foreign country, and it was red hot. So I might catch up. Never.
We'll let you off that
I like this one as well. This is Mr. Luke Carswell next.
one. Oh, yeah.
Hang on. Ooh, sound like Sam's just had a moment.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby.
He says, so this week he's finished the Italieri 35th scale US Army Jeep ambulance. He's primed it in UMP black, and the base colour is LP56. The stowage from the spares box was all hand-painted with model colour over UMP black primer. Weathering was done with UMP washers, Tamiya panel line washers, and ring pigments. All flat coated in Winsor & Newton acrylic flat coat. And happy Friday and happy modelling.
Nice one, Luke.
He's done a great job of that.
Yeah. No, to say it come off his shelf for Doom as well.
Yeah.
All of a sudden he's turned into a professional modeller, nearly.
I've got 5 on her so far.
My shelf for Doom got emptied last year or the year before. I ain't having another one.
Did you empty it straight into the bin, Dan?
Pretty much after they've been broken up into a few thousand pieces, yes.
Good man.
This is Mr. Dan Edmonds next. He says, hi chaps, this week he started work on his 124th Hiroshima Lamborghini Huracan Performante. He's now got the body ready for 2K, pardon me. UMP grey primer, splash, Viola paraffin. I don't know. Yeah. Detail up PE badges. UMP Apex used throughout. And thanks for looking. Have a wonderful show and a great weekend.
All right.
Nice colour.
Lovely colour, that. It's a lovely purple. Move along quickly. Quickly move along.
Purple.
I like this one as well. This is Mr. Kurt Mulder, Fox's brother. Crap joke, and only nerds will get it.
Yeah.
It's Aoshima's 172nd International Rescue Recovery Vehicle. Apparently.
That's good.
Tamiya flat orange and metallic silver were used with rubber black and dark iron for the details.
Very nice.
I do like that. That's weird and out there.
Yeah.
Brings it back memories from my childhood watching.
Yeah.
Did they have TV back then?
Oh, well, it's probably the first time Sam.
Radio.
Yeah,
First
closes
time
eyes. And the last one of the evening is Mr. Steve Winslade, and he started his pickup buddy build. It's a 125th Revell 65 Chevy Stepside, and he started on the engine today. Not got far, but started.
Excellent.
Nice one, mate.
Pick up body build.
Apparently, people seem to think so, Sam. Yeah.
Yeah, allegedly.
Well,
I don't know where they've got their information.
Start there, mate, for your recap.
Right, I'll do the timer. I'll put that on the screen.
So you now get to watch the recap. Pick your favourite build. You get one vote. Vote for it. Try and give the builder's name if you can on the subject. Hang on. You're gonna have to screen share again, probably, Dan. I'll try it. I clicked on you. Let's see what it does. Pick one build. The build with the most votes wins a UMP goodie bag. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I'm ready now.
Boys.
You ready? We will begin your recap in 3, 2, 1. Begin your recap and start your voting.
I'm gonna stay on this one because it's already on. But this is
fine.
Mr. Mike Killen and his 148 Sea Fury from Airfix. Mr. Dean Armitage with his Edward 148 scale Bunny Fighters members edition. Theo with his 143rd scale BBR Ferrari 340 Mexico. Mr. Glenn Woodruff with his 172nd Airfix P51D. Mr. Jason Works with his 112th scale Repsol Honda RC213V by Tamiya. Mr. Mark Atkinson with his Hiroshima 124th scale Nissan Skyline R34.
Very cool.
Mr. Dave Watts. Put me down for this one, whoever's writing them down. Mr. Dave Watts with his 124th scale Escort Renault 5 and his garage diorama.
Just quickly, there's somebody writing this down.
Yep.
Yeah.
John.
Good man, John.
And you're actually on the clock. You're not on Dan's screen.
Right. Okay. You're gonna have to reshare, Dan. I have clicked on you, but it hasn't taken the camera.
Right. Let me just stop that and then stay there and do that bit.
You need to
that bit. Is that working again now?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, this is Mr. Dave Watts. This is Mr. David Stevens with his Trumpeter 135th scale Gladiator with a bunch of numbers in between. Mr. John Sharp with his Warcry Chimera from Games Workshop. Mr. Howard Laird with his seat for the Ferguson T20 from Hella in 124th scale. Mr. Mark Ewing with his Ducati 1199 Panigale.
I'll have that one, John.
In 112th scale.
That.
Mr. Antonio Rodriguez with his Mother of Dragons in 1/8 scale from.
It's my vote.
From,
as well, that one.
Me as well, John.
From Kaboom Models.
Jim Salmon, was it you, Tim?
Yep.
Yep, got them.
Mr. Matthew Dillon and his Hasegawa Eggplane, his SR721 and a small diorama display thing.
That would be my second choice.
Mr. Charles Stanhope with his Revell 132nd JU88. Mr. Adam Challenger with his Calsonic GTR in 124 scale from Tamiya. Mr. Tony David with a weird body build truck thing. It's a Revell 125th GM 41 Chevy pickup. Mr. Tom Davis with a very small flying bomb. It's a 1144.
Very tiny, aren't they?
Very tiny that. I'd break that.
2 minutes, Dan. You got 2 minutes,
Mr.
mate.
Luke Carswell with his Italiano 35th scale Army ambulance Jeep or Jeep ambulance thing. Mr. Dan Edmonds with his 124 scale Hiroshima Lamborghini Huracan Performante. Mr. Kurt Mulder with his 172nd International Rescue Recovery Vehicle. Mr. Steve Winslade with his engine for his Chevy Stepside. I need to stop that, go back there, press that. I'm just like a machine.
Go on, Dan. Are you showing?
No.
Okay.
Press that and then that. Hopefully that shit actually. Is that back there in again now?
Yeah.
I'll just scroll back to the top because I'm a douche. There's my turd. That's Hawk Moon's Achilles. I can't tell you its scale because it's not written down, but that's his Achilles. What John said. This is Tattoo Boy. I do like this one. This was my second choice.
What's
This is
John, that one?
Yeah, could you put me down for that, please?
This is
John?
a ME410B/2 U2R4 heavy fighter in 48 scale. This is Tomcat 64 with his wings for his 72nd Tamiya Mosquito. F-27 Pax with his 1144th Airbus A319 in Skytrader's livery. Jeff Jaff with his Tamiya 124 scale Mitsubishi Evolution 5. Cygnus X1 with his Tamiya JS2, I'm guessing in 35th scale. Barry F1 fan with a Fujimi Honda Integra. I'm guessing it's 124th or maybe an odd scale for them. And Mr. One Mac with his 1144th, and it says plain, so that's what it is. B17G.
Well, for timing.
What's that?
Can I just say, Dan, a round of applause for getting through the first what's Dan
Absolutely.
tonight, workbench thingy in God knows how long. Trouble free.
Money well spent.
Money well spent, mate. Well done.
Money well spent.
Well done, Dan.
Good
Nice
man.
one, Dan.
Well done, mate. Well
I
done.
am taking a bow.
And God for that.
Wow.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yep. I can say all the words.
Yep.
But then Timmy will have to start paying.
No.
Superb. So just let the numbers get tallied up. Don't forget the vote. We'll do those votes when DMP got you back.
And I've got the results in.
Okay.
It must
And I shall turn my camera back on. So in third place was thank you. In third place was Mark Ewing's Ducati.
Oh,
Nice one.
good call.
Sorry, that's a joint third place with Tattoo Boy's ME410.
Wow.
In second place is Antonio's Mother of Dragons.
Ooh.
And in first place is the Bearded Wonders Ambulance Jeep.
Oh,
Well done, Luke. Excellent.
Oh, well done, Luke.
There we go.
The ambulance wins.
Yeah, our very own Mr. Carswell, who I think's busy at work tonight.
Yeah.
Well done, Dan. Luke.
Look, yep.
Yeah, well done, Luke.
Same thing.
I'll speak to you through the week and we'll sort that out. Well done, mate. Congratulations. Well
I'm
well
gonna
deserved. Well done to everyone that shared, and well done to everyone that voted.
that
Cracking.
Well done.
and that.
Is that?
Well done, Dan. Proud of you, mate.
Yeah, well
Thank
done.
you.
Superb. Right, should we do our giveaway?
Away now.
I knew that was coming.
Give it away now.
Yeah, right. Very kind of donated by our own Al. He's kind of donated us out of his own stack. We've got Rebels 48 scale F14D Tomcat. So all you've got to do to win that is look when prompted in the chat by John, who say start numbers now. You get 5 minutes to pick one number between 1 and 1,000. After the 5 minutes, do a live random number generator, and the closest person to the number wins the kit. It's as simple as that. So there we go. So when everyone's ready,
Right, I'll start sharing first, and what I'll do is I'll refresh the page, put it on live chat. Come on.
You won't believe how much stress I've not had tonight now. Wow.
All right,
You'll sleep easy tonight, Dan.
You know, John. You know.
I am ready when you are, John.
I'm ready.
I will begin in 3, 2, 1. Start your numbers.
And again, Dave. Put it back in, Dave. That sounds really bad.
You're my wife now, Dave.
Put it back in, Dave.
Dave?
Don't push.
What have I come back to?
Pure film.
Oh, good. Good.
Pure film.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
They choked on me drink there.
Priceless.
There we are. You all ready for your section, Tim?
Yeah.
You have 4 minutes, folks. 4 minutes.
I can't remember what to do to get my bot.
Yeah, Ron, you can only do one number, buddy. I did say twice at the beginning, one number. So that means you're disqualified. I'm sorry. I did say one number twice at the very beginning. Sorry. Yeah, Ron's put about 8 numbers in.
Yeah.
Peaches arrived.
Yep, there goes Luke.
That's Peach's delivery round here.
You're not so many ice creams.
There you go. I have to move your numbers on. Sorry, mate. You'll be able to comment again soon. There we go. And we got any plans for tomorrow?
Grandchildren?
I'm going in my cave and then I'm going to watch The Joker in the afternoon. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
hoping for Five Guys.
Excellent.
Ooh.
Hope you enjoy your Five Guys. Be a bit different to the Five Guys you had in Spain. No wonder we got that hashtag. I really want to tell that story, but no, I can't.
Suffice to say, Dan put a hashtag for something in, and we all read it completely wrong.
I know. I think we completely read it right. I think it's
Possibly.
Yeah.
I can say what the hashtag was. I just can't say what we thought we read it as, because I read it as that straight away. It was hashtag Sarah's ruined us. But I read it quick. I was like, what the hell? Oh, I see. I read it wrong straight away.
Oh, dear.
How it left.
Yeah,
It was quite difficult writing that with beer goggles on.
2 minutes, folks. You got 2 minutes.
Sounds like the one I sent you, Dan, when I was half gone in my throat.
Oh, I was absolutely blotto when I wrote that.
Aye.
What's
Oh,
it got?
good every day, put it that way.
Or did you have the scuba gear on? Or was that the morning after?
Probably.
You know what? I can definitely see why Lee wrapped up in England and moved abroad. Not for that, Rob, not for that.
Because of us.
No,
Get away from us.
I mean,
lot.
all it's done since we got back is rain.
Cool,
When we got back in,
Yeah, but we've got to remind you what proper weather's like, Dan.
well, it rained in Lanzarote for 6 drops and then it brightened up again. Do you know what I mean? So it was, yeah.
1 minute, folks. You got 1 minute.
I won't dream.
So you went outside to take advantage and cool down, and then it just didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, it definitely did cool down. Thinking hot all week, and I've really enjoyed it.
We got a 30-second delay on this.
It's quite
Hell
long
of a
tonight, yeah.
delay. After
Yeah.
30 seconds, it's
I'm showing 20 seconds.
about 38 seconds, 37 seconds.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's the biggest one ever.
It is. It used to be about 10, didn't it? 10, 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it works, I don't care.
I was going to say we're not being judgmental. Computers,
Oh,
it's
free. It's free. It gets us live. We've got it all working. I don't care. As long as we can go live and chat to everybody, I'm happy then.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm
It's
deliberately happy.
Hang on, countdown.
The countdown will begin in 3, 2, 1. Numbers ended 30 seconds ago.
Right, knock your screen off, Norman, and I'll share.
Right.
Like a certain effort to screen share.
Might cancel back. Come back.
Right, is that sharing?
It is.
Right, I need to remember tonight to leave it and let it catch up with itself.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to click this once and once only. Ignore the 3 that was already there. Was feed crashed? No, just click refresh. Let's just make sure we are still going.
Yeah, still going.
Yeah, we're still live.
Yeah.
The 3 was already there. I'm going to click this once and once only. That'll be the winning number. As always, if 2 people pick the same number, the first person that picked it wins. And if you think you know it's one, please don't shout it out. Let these guys check it. Once to know the winner, John will announce it. It's as simple as that. And make sure I'm sharing on screen and everything there, which I am. Right, so we're going to click it. The winning number for the kit candidated by Mr. McNeish is 952.
Oh.
952.
What's that show for you, lad?
It went 918 for quite a while.
Yeah.
Has it got to 952 yet?
Yes.
That's mad,
Yes.
isn't it?
Well, it has on our screens. Not
I'll get to watch it live this week because I missed it last week, so I'll see what it does on screen as well.
There you go.
There we are.
What are you doing in the morning, mate?
Out in the morning with Hannah and James quickly, and then I'll be back in here. Yes.
I'm out to lunchtime and then back in, and then I'll nip out again for a bit. We'll hope to be in the hangout sometime tomorrow.
Can I just ask, Bob, have you been taking drugs tonight or something? Or Clangers, Moomins, Who, Pooh, Barnett, McGrew, Bill, Bob, Scrubbins, and me? Is literally complete gibberish.
Making total sense to me. I'm
He's pissed.
Yeah, seriously, I don't know what you've been taking, smoking, what's going on. Yeah. Random.
I don't know why I've typed it like that, but that's what you're getting. all of a sudden, I've gone computer illiterate again. And I don't mean again, I mean still.
Yeah. Your thumbs must still be on Spanish time.
I think rest of them is on Spanish time and all, John. Do you know what spoils you, though? You know when you've been all-inclusive and you can walk in a big, massive room and there's, like, acres of food just laid out for like a growing fatty like me, and you can just go and get whatever you want, and then you come home and you think, well, I've got to cook now, and then you have a piece of toast. That's what it's like at the minute. I'm missing the dining hall stage of my holiday.
See you later, Ron. Take care, mate.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Bob might have had some dental work done.
No idea.
Well, it says
Thing is,
right on the
though,
paper,
teeth that somebody made in another county.
Yeah.
Martin's asking, Al, are you cold?
Yeah, but the neck's
No, he's getting ready for tennis. We do night tennis in Scotland.
There you go.
He's taking styling tips from Cliff Richard.
He's going to get up and start singing in a minute.
Oh.
Hang on. Will that be a Christmas song, Al?
Hi, baby. No.
Oh, dear.
You can sing about wine, just don't sing about mistletoe.
Oh.
So the number drawn for the prize draw for Al's wonderfully donated Revell 148 F450 Tomcat, which is happily waving there.
Yeah.
Looking very stylish as well. The number drawn was 952, and the closest number to that was Drew 1 with 945.
Well done.
Well done.
Yep.
If you if you send me your details, name and address to the email in the description of this video, ismprizeclaim@gmail.com, I'll forward it on to Al, and he will get in the post for you. So well done.
Yep.
And
First
as
thing.
Hannah says, we can get Al one of those hot water bottle neck warmer things I got last week. It's a hot water thing that goes around your neck. Al's probably got one there, I bet you.
There you go. That one.
No,
there you go.
it is actually shaped to go around your neck. Proper like rigid shape.
All right. Yeah. That's my wheat pillow.
Weed.
Wheat.
Oh.
There's wheat in there. Wheat.
Yeah, wheat.
I thought you'd been weed pillow for a moment.
Dan's ears perked up.
Oh,
Anyway,
yes.
so.
We've got Black Shadows Black. Good name. Says hello, Paul. Hello.
Oh,
What's your real name? Black Shadows. First name.
Mr.
White.
Red.
There we are. Still awake, Tim?
I am well awake.
Oh.
You?
Okay, you're asleep.
No, just sitting here, just looking through stuff.
So you're not still sanding the crane, are you?
No, I
No,
was
it's-
doing bits the other day. I've got to start sanding it again, though. Unfortunately,
Oh.
part and parcel of the fun life we live.
Well,
So
exciting.
All I know is in a minute I'm about to strangle the children. Anyway, Mate,
Are they being naughty? They sounded a bit boisterous earlier.
yeah, they decided that they're going to do the old. I'm going to make loads of noise. It's now 9:45, and they're doing now. Let's start giggling and being funny with each other. Whilst
Yeah.
they've been arguing most of the night.
Right.
I smell a ass whooping then, Timbo.
I've already given Emily a one because I was like, her cousins keep ringing her. I'm like, give me the phone, and I'll tell them it's bedtime. As a complete and utter near meltdown with me because I'm asking her for. I'm like, why do you need it? We're going to bed. I need it for my alarm tomorrow. What? For why do you need it for an alarm tomorrow? To wake up. Do you think I'm an idiot? Is that what you think I am?
I can answer that.
Yeah.
Get the line, boys.
Oh, yeah.
And Drew once very kindly donated his goodie bag to Models for Heroes.
Oh,
Thank you, Drew. That is
Nice one.
absolutely fantastic, mate.
And,
Michael Mitchell said, I'll need to get a hairy neck, Paul.
and Paul, you mean the kit?
That's the one.
Yep.
Yes, I got confused.
Okay.
So, yes. Yeah, Michael Mitchell says, Al needs to get a hairy neck, Paul. 8p.
I think someone needs to stop drinking.
What?
9p.
9p.
Yeah.
What?
Let's have an auction.
Next time you get a haircut, tell them not to do the back of the neck. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or when you do go for a haircut, take some PVA glue.
I'm worried about what chat going on about.
I just take the polish.
Yeah.
No one goes to car valetus.
I do.
Yeah.
Go back and shine, please.
No, I'm thinking
That's what
of
you gotta
bowling
say,
ball,
something.
kinda.
Yeah.
You okay, Sam?
Yeah,
You knackered?
yeah.
Just no wonder.
Try and get some sleep tonight, won't you?
Yeah. Me too.
I'll do my best, mate.
Well, he knows I'll not be on this weekend, so he probably will.
Oh.
I'll be
He's old, will.
I think Norm should start making YouTube videos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Buttons.
Yeah, reboxings. What I'll do is I'll review them, unbox them, send to you. You can professionally wrap them back up. There we go.
Yeah.
The sprue fits in the bag great. I've got the staples back in perfectly. Refold instructions neatly.
Yeah, that's when you send him back a dragon kit.
Yeah.
I think even that would push no, getting one of them back in the box.
So we'll wait to come back for reprimanding the kids.
So Michael Mitchell was saying that PVA glue will burn your skin.
Will it?
Never had that.
No, me neither.
No.
No, so it's what they give kiddies to use.
Isn't it near enough inert?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's made out of animals and water.
Yeah.
Sorry to be so blunt, but it is.
Well, yeah, boiled down horse and cow.
Yep,
but,
pretty much. Don't have a cow, man.
We used to do the trick the whole time at school. We'd cover your hand with it and then peel it off like the skin off.
Oh.
Then someone would do the silly one where they paint it all up their arm and rip all their arm hair out.
I never did anything like that at school, ever.
Rick, I did that to me with duct tape, put it on my forearm. Oh, yeah, we all did it. Yep. Ripped it off, let's just say. Didn't have to shave it for a while.
Sam found a new waxing medium.
Yeah, it took some of the skin as well.
Yeah, that stuff will do.
Not supposed to use it on that particular spot, though, Sam.
Well,
it's a little bit wrinkly.
Just say by the time I'd finished one, we didn't have eyebrows.
Yeah, I'll say
you know what that feels like.
Yeah, Justin's right. It's the PVC glue that will burn you.
Yes, which is essentially, is that not mech?
It's polyvinyl chloride.
Yeah.
As opposed to polyvinyl acetate.
Yeah, that.
And apparently in America, white glue is milk based, not tallow based.
Oh. What crayons made out on? Just asking for a friend.
According to a documentary I saw in the Marines, they're made out of food sticks, aren't they?
Yeah.
As Darryl says, yeah, he used it one year to do a Freddy Krueger burn effect.
It is good for a burnt skin effect, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Because it shrinks and wrinkles.
It does.
Wow, so many joke opportunities there.
Yeah, there are certain bits you shouldn't paint it off, Dan. Drew's saying the Meng Target 1 kit with the clear parts is a revelation. Or a relevation. Matt D glued his teacher's chair down with a bottle of super glue in high school. At college, I welded one of my friend's steel toe cap boots to his stool.
Hang on. No, move along.
No, go on, Dan.
How'd you weld metal to poo?
I don't know, but apparently it's a real shitty job.
You need sweet corn.
Yeah, it takes a lot of heat. Martin says, Al, you look like a Jedi warrior without an X-wing.
Swamp. No, he's living in Scotland.
Tim, you ready to do your bit?
Oh, am I ready?
Are we going to get kids? Well,
no.
You shout the kids.
Hang on, that sounds like a thing.
Trust me, they ain't getting out.
Right, so current tab.
Hang on a minute. Let me just clear that
down. Get it off.
Yeah, no, clear that.
You've done one with the kitchen chairs, Tim, but you've done it on the outside of the door so they can't get out.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do Chrome tab.
Oh, Willie. Oh.
Okay, now I've got to go through application window.
I've got to say, read this one out.
Right, keep up in Chrome tab.
I had cracked lips. I was sick of picking them, so I put duct tape on them.
What's up, Tim? You can't screenshot.
No, I'm trying to remember how I did this before now.
But you should click on the screen share.
Yeah.
Chrome tab.
But on Chrome tab, it doesn't have Keynote.
Application window, Lindsay? Or
That's
your
what I
entire
just
screen?
tried. It wasn't. I've just
Try
tried.
application window. You tried application window.
Yeah, I just tried that. I'm going to
Try
try
your entire screen.
That's what I'm going to try and do now and see if it works.
Please work. I can work. If I can work it, Tim, surely you can.
No.
Can't, Tim. I thought you were our IT department or our TI department.
Whatever you're working on.
Shocking that, John.
What were you working on today with your computer, Timbo?
The Lexus.
So has that got to go back to Lexus now to be rewritten?
No, that's doing the audio setup on the DSP. So I had to select the frequency crossover points for all the high, mid, low, and sub on it.
Wow.
It was like working.
What's wrong with having like knobs on the amps that you turn up and down?
I've got that. Oh, dude, this your stereo has the controls. The DSP EQ has the controls, and then the amplifier has the controls as well. But you never
do everything else via the head unit.
Yeah, out of the stereo, you want full range, everything open, and you put into the DSP. The DSP sorts all the sound out, and the amplifier just amplifies the sound. The amplifier won't actually do any crossovers or filtering. He's got about that stereos must be in the realms of 12 grand in that car.
Wow. Did anybody else nod off about a third of the way into the explanation?
I was thinking, what's wrong with the radio and the speakers in the front?
The original system's absolutely pants, and he wants to win competitions. So that's the only way you're going to win competitions is getting like that in there. Why is this not
12 grand?
See what's wrong with some crappy 69s and some 10-inch door speakers?
Let's get the sharing thing.
I'm trying to work out I'm trying to remember.
Right, Tim, did you put a Chrome screen small in the corner, and then have the application behind it?
Hey, what?
Minimize the Chrome screen, so it's
and then
small,
shrink it down to like a stamp size,
and then put your keynote next to it and try that.
Yeah.
What make the Jitsi screen really small? You mean?
No, a Chrome screen.
What Chrome screen?
You can open multiple screens.
Yeah, but I've only got the Jitsi screen open, and then this open. Oh, God's sake, man! Second window. Oh, what did I do?
So minimize this screen so it's small.
Yeah.
And then put it on screen with your keynotes. So they're next to each other.
Yeah.
You know, on your large screen.
Yeah.
You can display multiple screens when they're smaller.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah, that's what I've got. They've got those two next to each other. Just sort of sitting.
I'm out of answers and I've got a clue.
What? Why is it not? I'm sure I went through application window. It showed me keynote.
Just keep doing it. Just keep trying it. Just keep pressing it. I'm sure it'll work.
It's showing me keynote, but it's not working. Oh. I'm trying to remember what we did last time, and it just no, I got it working.
Did you just press 20 buttons and then it worked?
I honestly got brain fart to what we did last time to get it working.
Right, number one, refresh.
That's what I'm thinking might be the best
Come
one.
back and start again.
It might be a need a back in a second.
More brandy.
That's going to be the next option, I think. More drink.
Yeah.
Also says when Al is not in full screen and looking at the cam with the magnifiers on, if he's squinty, he looks like Leslie from Benidorm.
I don't know who that character is, I'm afraid.
Who's up? Eek.
Al's got his Halloween mask.
Yeah, if I don't want all
I was going to say, I'm all here.
I won't take my glasses off and go close up.
Oh,
no, don't do that, John. No. I've just had my MacBook mended. I don't want to have it broken again.
You failed to remember, guys. Al's our hangout enforcer.
I am.
Yeah. Yeah, Andy is saying Fiverr says Tim swears.
Yeah, I'm very swearing like a trooper right now.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. What's he saying here?
Tim is having technical difficulties.
To me.
Yeah.
He's just restarting his Mac.
Ah.
I'm not the enforcer, Rasbo. I'm normally the troublemaker.
True that.
I'm normally the polite, quiet one within the group, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that's me.
Wrong on both counts.
We catching this first.
Actually, Michael Mitchell was saying, isn't it usually Dan that swears a lot? Jim, as a relative newcomer to our hangouts, would you say we all swear a lot?
He's running, Jim's running, he's had enough.
Yeah, he's off.
There's more bodily sounds though than cursing.
Yeah.
That's just sad.
That's usually me.
Yeah.
That's just the chair.
Yeah. I have had a bit of wind lately. As though, yeah, I was getting all ready to do my live stream last Saturday, and a bout of, how shall I put it, digestive discomfort occurred. So yes, I didn't do it. I aim to be on this Sunday, probably around about 6-ish, and hopefully make that my general weekly slot, as it were.
Then he's going to do a live show.
Yeah. No, the slot comes earlier. Yes, Michael, you've not heard me swear once on here. Fortunately. But yeah, we're all blokes. Most of us have had the kind of jobs where that sort of thing happens. I was a forklift driver, so I worked with lorry drivers a lot. Paul was a plumber. Sam's from Belfast. Dan's a scaffolder.
Oh yeah, I've been
Yeah, so you know, most of us have not had the office jobs where you had to be very polite, but I have had time working in shops, so
yeah,
I've learned not to swear at random strangers.
I had office jobs, so I still swore at people.
Yeah, well, people aren't going to say anything to you, though, are
And I was a start and stalls handler that only had horses to talk to.
Yeah, well, they probably made more sense than the jockeys.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Gary, you've not heard me. He says the body noise is the horror. Yeah. Was it last night I had the issues, or was it Wednesday night? I can't remember. Yeah, Dave, it was a different type of stream.
Were it yellow?
Yeah, it went on for longer than the live stream would have done. I think Garthwaite said, "Yep, try being a chef in a busy kitchen." Yep.
No, I think I'm going to leave that one to somebody else because that sounds like hell.
Yeah, it does. surrounded by people, hot, and there's lots of sharp implements around.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. I think given my proclivities for accidental self-injury, me being in a hot environment with knives is a bad idea.
That's true. Just me being in a hot environment, nightmare.
You've been in a cold one. It's dangerous, mate. You end up with frostbite.
Yep.
So I reckon if I worked in the kitchen, give it a week, I'd have hands like Sam's.
Excuse me. I've got a modelling career using my hands for nail varnish. Only 3 nails in one hand, mind you.
You still got your good looks, bro, though.
Are you looking at the right screen, Norm?
Oh, sorry, that was an empty screen I was looking at there.
Yeah.
I thought someone walked in behind me. I was looking for.
I thought
Takes work to look. Hey,
Use the
takes
force,
work to look.
Al.
It's good.
Use the force.
Is on.
My screen is on.
Right. She's got one sexy voice.
Oh, isn't she?
I didn't hear us going off.
No, it's because I joined.
All right.
I could have swore there and got away with it.
Don't think you could have.
Probably not, Tim.
Drew saying that Steel Models are doing the new 48 B17 for 91 squid with free postage, and he's tempted.
That's a pretty good price.
Is it released yet, or is it December?
Pre-order.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, pre-order that one.
Mark Coon says he's been told he's not allowed to swear in front of the office staff at work. Like, will it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You going to try it again, Tim?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do now. Hang on. Must be an easy way of doing this.
Are you trying to grow a beard like Luke's, Tim?
No, this is about a week of growth. Mine grows far too quick.
No, Tim's is a funny colour.
Yeah, it's more Robin Cook, isn't it?
Oh my, John, you might as well have run down to Tim's house and just kicked him square in the nadia.
If you're here, could you sort this out while you're here, please?
I was kind of hoping Tim's not old enough to remember.
Yeah, what we are about.
Can you look at Keynote online anywhere? No.
No.
Right.
What did I do? Because I got working the other week, so I'm like, I'm trying to remember what I did. Because that's why you can't open Keynote in anything other than Keynote. Because even if you go through Google, it'll open Keynote to view the file.
Did you not share, then reduced everything down, just had Keynote on your main?
Yeah, but
that's what I was saying to do.
Well, yeah, but I'm not. I can't share the screen.
Yeah, I know, but you can minimize Google Chrome.
I think you need a demonstration on.
Yeah, if I minimize Google Chrome,
yeah,
then how do I screen share?
Share it first.
Share it first.
It's not sharing. It won't accept it.
So you can't. You can't.
No, it won't do anything. I'm going to.
Wait. Listen. You can't select Jitsi on the screen share.
Yep, it's not doing anything. I've seen that on Chrome tab, Jitsi.
Like that. There you go. Now minimize this so it's a smaller screen.
Right.
Yeah. Have you done that?
Yeah.
So is that in the corner of your Mac now?
If I you mean press the yellow dot? You mean yeah?
I don't know. Just minimize it so it's a smaller screen.
Well, I can do. Yeah. Yep.
It's doing something. It's just gone big now.
Where? Did he rub it?
So you can screen share the Jitsi screen. So your screen share's working, you just can't do your desktop.
Is that Keynote thing the thumbnails down the side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Back. He's back.
Did he swipe the wrong direction again,
I
Paul?
did, mate. So let me try something. Let me see if I can share my application screen. Nobody else press anything.
This is turning into a...
Right, am I sharing now?
Yeah.
Yes.
What can you see?
Grey.
Great.
Yeah.
It's gone, has it, yeah?
Oh, it's back now.
No, it's not your screen. It's not your
Right, what about now?
No, it's all black.
Jitsi screen, but don't see the camera.
What about now?
Yep.
It's back.
Yes.
Right, so as I go off this screen and onto my desktop, it goes black. Right.
They've been playing around with it again, haven't they?
Let's try something else. So, did I click that before? What about now? Is that sharing?
I'm on you. You're showing John. Yeah, you're showing everyone's screen.
What about now?
No.
No.
Right, okay, let me try it again. Just trying different things.
Can you do it?
That's what I'm doing. I was just going across
Right,
everything.
what's that doing now?
You're sharing.
What's that doing now?
Oh, you can see his desktop now.
Yeah, right, okay. So I've shared the first option application window.
Yeah, which is Jitsi Meet.
Nope. I'm screen sharing, and I'm hitting your entire screen. Clicking the screen.
Yeah.
So you hit your entire screen, hitting the screen itself, share.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do. But it's that I do that and nothing happens.
Okay, well, it's working for me, which is weird. It's not working for you, so what's different?
Exactly that. That's what I'm wondering. I'll try.
Is there any chance, Tim, you can do your slideshow for the interpretation of dance?
I could dance around and make it look like that. Let me just try. I'm going to click it on low definition, maybe something like that. I don't know.
No, it won't be there.
Shouldn't be.
Well, Paul, remember you and I had that same issue. Was it yesterday or day before?
Yeah, it wouldn't let you think because you weren't on Google, I think. I don't know. This thing just doesn't like doing that. Do everything else. It won't share the app for Tim.
See, it won't. It's not even doing Jitsi Chrome. No, Chrome, Jitsi Meet, share. Okay, so I'm sharing that.
Yeah.
So let me go back into the share option. And see, as soon as I hit it, it loses it, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you're already sharing there, weren't you?
Yeah, but it's just this. It's just the Jitsi screen.
Yeah. So click it again. Hit the application window. No, you can do it.
No, so that's there. Okay, so I'm going to hit your share screen. Let me try it again. Application window. I've got Jitsi Meet and Keynote there. But Keynote is already grayed out and doesn't show me a picture.
Oh,
can you close it, reopen it while you screen share? While you're on here, without screen sharing, can you close Keynote and reopen it?
I can definitely can. I can give that a try. Not right.
Just bear with us, Pete, while we try and get the
it might work like that. It might need a fresh open up while I'm sitting here. Let's try it.
Bob, yeah, I'm going to warn you now, mate. You're about 2 seconds from being completely banned from our chat. You talked up to gibberish all night. Jokes are getting close to the wire now. I don't know if you're looking for a reaction. I'm not sure what's happening there, mate, but you're about to get one. So take that as a warning and pack it in. John was like a tramp on chips, then. He beat me to it.
I'm a bit stuck to what to make it work.
Okay.
Have you done the recent update?
Me, no.
I have.
No. And if it is that. Okay. We might not have any Tim's kits.
That update was quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I've been putting it off.
Yeah. And I don't think it's
It doesn't agree with the Jitsi.
Shouldn't make any difference, really.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't at all. But like we've realised, I think we've realised this isn't being this Jitsi isn't being built around Mac use. It's been built around someone else using it. It's not us. Chrome. Yeah. See, all I can do is share Jitsi, and that's all it's letting me do.
See, Bob, you can call Mr. Grumpy, but I saw then I took my keys out of her arse. Is not really acceptable commenting for a live show about modelling.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. Considering Hannah watches this, there's other women, female viewers.
Not funny.
We're probably going to get kids watching back.
Yep.
I know we have a laugh and a joke, but ours is all tongue in cheek. It's just getting a little bit too much in the chat now. So, like I said, you've had a friendly request. To me, it looks like looking for a reaction. That might just be me.
Live streaming is on.
Apparently, live streaming. Oh, the Klingon!
Oh my word! What was that,
Mr. On? Sorry.
Let's do that again.
Whoa! Don't do that. Don't do that.
Tim, please stop doing that.
That's right. I was just seeing if I could open a second window and try and link it into that window, but it just won't even allow that at all. Even with that muted and video off, it was still that was with the window muted and video off, and it's still causing so much weirdness. Okay, sorry, I thought I'd give it something a try.
Don't worry.
Tim, just by chance, do you know semaphore?
I do not. So look, so all I can do is let's go Jitsi Meet. Let's go share that. So there's that screen there. And so as soon as I click on this button at the bottom here,
yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Share.
Live is on.
And then swipe left to go to the desktop.
What from when you're sharing from Jitsi Meet? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to you before.
It wasn't making any sense then.
Okay, well, if I do that...
Right, so look, I'm on...
Wait, stop, listen. If I do that, my entire screen, share. Is that sharing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show connectivity issues for me.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
What's that doing?
Yeah.
Desktop.
Okay, see, but how did you do that? I don't know how you did that.
Application window.
I know you're saying me the application. When I go into the application window, it only gives me two options. Keynote.
Okay.
Keynote and Jitsi.
Something weird going on there with your screen.
Because if I want to go to application window and I go application window, I go okay Jitsi Meet. If I hit share, right? So now I'm sharing. No, it's not. Is it working? No, it's not even working now, is it?
No.
Application window. Jitsi
Did you not go to Chrome tab and then your thumbnails?
Tim's using his thumbnails all right. I've got to say, please nobody take this the wrong way, but I'm really glad I'm not having no issues.
Look, that's all I can share. As soon as I now try and do anything,
right? Don't do anything now. Stop.
Yeah.
You know the way you scroll, swipe left and right to go to different screens. Say you're on the Hangout now.
Yeah.
And you want to go to Keynote. What do you do? How do you get to it from the Hangout?
Easy. I've got loads of little boxes. I've got a screen with like 4 or 5 windows open.
Do you think that could be your issue? Maybe just open the windows fully.
Okay. All right.
So stop sharing and open all your screens so all the browsers are fully open and your Keynote's fully open.
But then how do... okay, so now I get to that.
Right, okay. Before we go into that, so if you're on here now, to go to Safari, I swipe one way and it takes me to the other screen that I've got open.
Yeah, see, I never have... Because I usually end up closing windows doing that. So I've never...
Yeah, well, for now...
Okay, so now...
You screen sharing Jitsi.
Now?
Screen sharing Jitsi. So, what did you click to get to that?
I can screen share. I went on
Screen share. I went to Chrome tab.
Don't do that. Go to application window.
Application window. Go Jitsi.
Screen share. Go to application window. Try that.
Yeah, that's me trying to share application window. It doesn't work.
What the hell? Okay, it's not working for you then.
All right, let's try that one. That's not working either. See, application window was working a minute ago, and I was doing something. No, it's not doing it now. I only share through Chrome tab, and then as soon as I swipe, it's not coming up, is it?
Can you minimize that window now? What does that do? Just like make it smaller. So it's not full screen. Just wondering if you can minimize it and it shows your background. No, no, doesn't.
No, hang on. Let me try now. Put back now.
No, it just zooms in.
It's got to say it's on Jitsi screen, doesn't it? Yeah. All right. So I think that on my update has then.
We'll find out because I'm going to do my update this week. Oh well, there's no Tim's kits tonight.
Sorry there. Sorry. Yeah, that's really annoying.
So we're going to figure it out for next time.
I'm pretty sure we did it through our thumbnail and it showed up the Jitsi and I went through there.
You did it somehow.
Yeah.
Claire saying Alt tab to switch app.
Oh, what? Doing what?
Alt tab to switch app. Try that.
Okay, I'll try. Don't mind trying anything. I haven't got Alt tab anyway.
Where's the old key on the Mac?
I've got Alt, but I don't know what tab is.
Tab's the one above Shift bar, isn't
it?
Tab is the one above caps lock on it.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like an arrow pointing left.
It's doing nothing, Tim, but it's not sharing that. No, it's not time to your PC at all.
Nah, it's just decided. Nah, it's a shame.
Yeah.
Oh, the annoying thing is that Dan's using his Mac and it's working fine. So I take it you haven't done an update the last week, have you? Since last week, no?
Dan?
Not there.
Dan's fell asleep.
Highly likely.
I'll do that update for the week, Tim. I'll see what it does.
Yeah.
Then what I need to do when you join midweek, we'll put a private live.
Yeah, we're going to try.
And try it that way.
I can't understand what's doing.
This is CMD.
Eh?
CMD.
Command,
yeah. Command and what?
Command and tab.
Alt CMD is Alt tab. So Alt and CMD together.
No, it's not doing anything. Not doing now on mine.
Offering memory.
Oh, bookmark. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, no, cancel. Save as. No.
I'll do twice.
Video.
Let me out.
This is very
All looks like my eyesight. What my glasses?
it's very disconcerting because I've got my glasses on.
Right, so sadly, looks like no Tim's kits this week.
No, it's all right. Yeah.
So we'll get it fixed.
Yeah.
We haven't managed to think of an alternative for doing this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good try though, Tim.
Is everybody else's main screen all screwy now?
No, it's because you're on Tim's thing.
Oh. Should
Yeah,
clear now.
Click your tabs down the bottom.
Yeah, that's it now.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
we're back to normal.
Yeah, sadly no Tim's kit. We'll get it sorted though. We'll get it fixed for the week. And no, the answer's not get a PC because none of us on Macs are buying PCs. I can pretty much guarantee that.
Is on.
Back.
He's back.
He's back.
He's back.
He's back.
Oh, there we go. That's us.
Yeah.
So I think we'll go off in a minute. We'll try it off air, Tim, see what it does.
Yeah. Sounds
It
like
seems
that.
to work off her. Perfect.
You look, I can't even share Safari either.
No?
No, it goes to application windows. I've got Jitsi, Safari, and Keynote, but Safari and both Keynote are grayed out. And they're just, but it's showing me that I can click it to share it, but it's not actually showing me a window.
Strange.
There is the.
We'll try it off air in a minute.
Yeah, we'll work it out.
Right, well, there we go. Since we've got no Tim's kits, we're going to go off air. We're going to have a little play around with this. The link to the off air hangout is going to go up. If you want to come join us, you can. Yeah, Dan's not got a Keynote, Hasbro, so no.
Yeah.
How are you doing what we've been buying? Yeah. That bit, yeah.
Oh, you haven't done that, we?
No, I haven't done that.
Well, boys, I'm going to shoot off.
All right, Sam, see you later, mate.
Okay, Sam.
Yeah,
bro.
Right,
See you
guys.
tomorrow, mate.
I knew you'd forgotten something.
Actually, Dan, you have actually had an update. Have you got Keynote in there now?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Look on the left hand side. Is there like a little blue box with a stick coming down it in that little selection?
On whereabouts?
On your main screen on the left hand side or the bottom, the little application sort of or the different applications you can have.
On in Jitsi?
No. Just on your normal Mac.
No.
You know where you select Safari, Google, Music?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. In there, is there one, if you scroll through, is there one that says Keynote?
No.
Sure?
Yes.
Yeah, it's an older Mac, Tim won't be on there.
No, we had it updated, didn't he?
Doesn't matter. Won't be on there.
No, there's no Keynote on this particular thing.
No, that's a shame.
Right, I'm going to screen share and go to what we've been buying. Well done to Claire, because I completely forgot about that.
Well done.
Yeah, so hopefully I will share. That's sharing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Superb. Right, so what we've all been buying this week. So we got Mr. Howard Laird's bought a load of diorama debris. I was reading ahead.
Diorama.
That's diorama.
Yeah, that'll do.
Anyway, so he's bought a load of stuff. He wants a hard hat, trial wolf whistle, and high vis jacket. Excellent. And he bought some stuff to use as grout. Aluminium oxide.
Okay.
Mr. Matt Rex has had his first UMP order in quite a while. He's had a resupply of sanders and bits and bobs.
Awesomeness.
He also bought an A10 from Creative.
Oh.
2 scale. Cool.
I like.
Very nice scheme. I like that one. And he's got a fixed vampire. Fixed vampire.
Nice little kit, that one.
Yeah, it's actually good.
Yes.
Diamonds bought some Tamiya tools. He got a PE file and some PE scissors. Excellent. Matthew Dillon's as his first UMP order. Got some kits from his local shop. Been an awesome few weeks. Excellent. So he's got a couple of Apexes, Apex holders, decal holders, glue holders, sanders, primers, thinner, the Skyline. He's got RC213 Honda, ZXRR, fork set for each one. Again, superb. He's also got a Discovery and booster rockets from Revel. The Monte Carlo Impreza and the Mitsubishi Evo 7, some paints. Hang on, there's another one there. No, it's that one. Mr. Clinton Ailes has been buying some supplies. Got some Molotov pens, some Tamiya Lacatino paint, some more 2K from SMS, some Santodo from Winsor Newton, and a compass cutter for cutting your compasses.
Awesomeness.
John Stone's got a load of drivel. Not even going to read that. He's bought a Panther, some stick-on Zim, some Frill Tracks, some Glue Buster, some Rocket, a load of, I think he likes some mix cement, some Tamiya paints, cool as. Claire's bought a Hilux. Don't know where she got it from. She's also bought a DeLorean. Again, not sure where she got this one from.
Very confusing.
Yeah. The Mini Cooper, again, not sure of the source. Luke's bought a T55 from Mini Art. With interior, so that'll keep him busy for a bit, won't it, John?
Yeah, that's been going for a week or two.
That's a lot of sticking.
He's also bought a Striker from Trumpy.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Actually, so look, who makes that many? Is it Fujimi?
I think so.
It's Claire covered up the name, the make of the kit. It's got to be Fujimi, then.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, that's type store anyway.
Fujimi.
Just thought then, I haven't seen that kit before. Luke's also bought a Search and Rescue Cruiser. Ooh, this isn't like Luke. What's going on here?
It must have been drunk.
Yeah. No, we've got a bench update if he was drunk.
Must have been
oh, yeah, and his decals arrived for his pickup truck.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Dan's bought a blue Groot. He's a bit of blue. Bit of blue.
Technically, I didn't buy it. The wife bought it.
Yeah, that's cool. And Mr. Bertland. I got another Sierra RS off eBay. And Neil Moore very kindly sent me this shocking glue bomb he bought off eBay.
Mm-hmm.
Which he bought as a new kit for 21 quid, and it's literally built.
Oh.
And not very well at all.
Or is it one of those ones that thinks it's professional when he built it and he thought, "Oh, I'll sell this"?
Yeah. No, it was sold as a new kit. And it's awful. So he mentioned I send it back, and I messaged him saying I'll buy it off him for the spares, the decals and whatever. And he'd already got a refund off the seller. I think he was told to keep it, and he gave it me. And he even posted me for free, wouldn't take any postage. So thank you very much, Neil. Thank you very much. It adds to some of my spares for these bikes, which are getting hard to find. So
good.
Much appreciated.
And just as an aside there, Paul, next time you want to do an egg build, build an egg and burger.
Ah, yeah, good idea. I can guarantee one thing.
There will be no.
There'll be no more.
It's all up by me.
I know Claire says she puts UP stickers on display by me. I know you do. I'm just having a laugh, Claire. That's all. There we are. That's it. All done.
Cool.
Nice one.
So we're going to go off there and have a little play with Tim.
Hey! Glad to hear it.
And I'm going to put the link public. You want to come join us?
Yeah.
Pop in.
We'll give a hand.
Pop in and play. Give a hand with Tim's bits. You do an extra hand on deck.
I'm half drunk, so I'm quite easy.
Yeah.
Oh.
You won't put up much of a fight, will he, Dan, like he did at Telford?
Put up with the smell in the morning.
Oh
dear.
And there we go. So we'll catch you all next week. Hopefully we'll have this problem sorted.
Yeah.
There will be some sort of solution, because I know the next step we're going to have to take. And that's put them on a video on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's the only other way it'll work I can think of.
Yeah.
That's easy anyway. It's not long to do at all. That's it. So thanks to everyone that joined. Thank you very much for Jim for being our guest tonight.
Well
done for Norman for interviewing him. Well done for John for reading the chat and doing the start numbers now. Well done, Norman, for doing the timer. Tim for doing absolutely nothing at all. Best congratulations of all go to Dan for getting through the kit.
Well done, Dan.
And for Al looking the sexiest I've ever seen in a sweatshirt. There you go. So we'll catch you all next week. If you want to come join the Hangout, the link's literally going to go up now. It's on the Off-Air Hangout group, which is linked in the description down below. You need to join that to be able to see the link. Come and join us. Need a webcam, a mic, good sense of humour. You won't regret joining us, will they, Jim?
No, not at all. It's a blast.
And you'll think, how the hell do these guys not swear when they're on air?
Exactly.
And come and join us. So we'll catch you on next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.